Well, on this Monday Night Raw, I'm kind of hollering out of frustration. My God, will these things iron themselves out? Fam, you know what? Put out a post today also saying, you know what? We need to get over the fact that there has been a winning team. And those days of getting all excited about the new and upcoming season, the draft, what are we going to look like this year, and are we going to compete? Well, they're over. This could go on for the next 3 or 4 years. You know why? Because the 49ers have too many studs. They've evolved. They're no longer those kids, those children of high expectation. They've reached their expectations, and they're wanting to get paid. So we're like every other team that used to be, or that wins. They've got their worries and pains and struggles in the offseason. Debo's contract struggles continue. The Niners front office has a lot on their plate of upcoming activities to begin with, right? Voluntary workouts will get underway tomorrow, Tuesday, April the 19th. Will Debo be there? I can tell you right now, hell no. He ain't going to be there. The draft will be conducted starting on April 28th. Used to be something we could look forward to. That's all we talked about before this particular week. We was all over. It was like Christmas coming up. No Christmas this year. Meanwhile, the team is in the midst of trying to secure a contract with star wide receiver Deebo Samuel. And at this hour, the two sides apparently are some distance apart from settling on Debo's future 49er future. I know, double I know. Anyway, Debo's contract is not anywhere near clear. And tonight, we're taking your phone calls for your response regarding the ongoing talks between the Niners and Deebo Samuel's representatives. And I know we would wearing this out, but you know what? Each day you gotta, because I get tired of talking to myself in the mirror and running around the house mumbling. I want to kick back. Misery loves company. All right, so that's why fam, you know what I'm saying? Big group hug. We're gonna get through this. But are your concerns growing, or are you confident the storm will be endured and we'll come back and build back and get back in the house and enjoy ourselves? Get right in. Deebo Samuel, A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin are not expected to participate in offseason workout programs as they seek new contracts for their respective teams. You know, it's really funny because I went over to, I run through as many datings as I can. There's Colin Cowherd, right? And Cowherd's sitting there telling the truth, the whole truth, and pretty much nothing but the truth. Of course, I couldn't accept it, but he says the 49ers should indeed entertain possibilities and offers for Debo. He went on and really mapped out a whole very sound, rational reasoning why that is the case. Okay. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported all three players are pushing to have deals in place before taking part in off-season programs. McLaurin expected to be in attendance. Now, McLaurin is actually expected to be in attendance for the Washington Commanders workouts, but not participate. Just stand around over there. Yeah, y'all could have me out there if you go ahead and get the business taken care of. You know what I'm saying? It's unclear whether Debo plans to travel to San Francisco or Brown to Tennessee in a similar showing of goodwill. Oh, I tell you, tomorrow, as I click, there it is. Ain't got no Debo. I knew it. Okay. So I've been monitoring David Lombardi's Twitter for the latest developments for days on this from the Debo versus 49ers talks for a while, and the drama is building. Lombardi's trying to keep cool, like, don't worry about it, he's worried about it. At Lombardi himself, the 49ers, and these are tweets that I just brought with me tonight. The 49ers offseason program officially begins on Tuesday. OTAs don't start until May 23rd after the draft. That 9-practice OTA component will be of critical importance to Trey Lance, and there'd certainly be some value in San Francisco getting Deebo Samuel out on the field by then. Another tweet, Deebo Samuel reportedly won't participate in the on-field component of OTAs without a new contract, as was generally expected, but it'll be interesting to see if the reports for off-field activities. Remember that this stretch of the offseason is voluntary, and you know, also, fam, you know what? And Lombardi went on to say also, when George Kittle was in line for a new contract in 2020, he did report virtually given that year's circumstances. But since there was no on-field component, Kittle didn't have to put his body on the line before signing his contract, and he didn't do that until July. Different setup than Debo has, unquote. Family, you know, these are the ugly truths about what we going to have to endure right now and get used to until we start losing again and start rebuilding again. I don't know when that's going to take place, but, you know, this is the first time we've experienced this kind of situation and frustration since the Shanahan and Lynch duo took over the 49ers. And I still have faith that the matter will be settled favorably with Debo on the field in the upcoming season, continuing in the red and gold with that number 19 shining out there. Debo! However, you know what comes to mind, though, fam, is how none of us actually believed that DeForest Buckner was going to make the exit that he did. I didn't see that coming. I got blindsided like that like I never did playing ball. I did not see that coming. Damn near knocked me out. I thought I was sleeping, dreaming this. No way. Buckner's going to Indianapolis? Really? So still a thought does linger of what took place during that disaster at the end of the 2019 season. Everything looked fine for what the situation was until suddenly it wasn't. There we sat. What are we going to do now? Buckner, how you going to fill that void? Coach? John? And, of course, they went and got Javon Kinlaw because we thought DJ Jones and some other guys, you know, a few players could equal one DeForest Buckner, right? That was the year that I wanted a wide receiver. So it's pretty much impossible to relax for this one this time after we've been snake bit once like that. I still know, Phil. The 49ers, if they entertain the thought of trading Debo, they will get offers like you wouldn't believe. He is gone. And that may be, for some people, that's probably all right with them. But that is not. I like combinations that win. So I'm really a little concerned. And when Debo will, of course it will. Debo still, he's still in a contract. But if the 49ers can get some picks right now, and you know they're fielding those phone calls because you know how the 49ers are. We consider our responsibility to always see what we can do, whatever we can to improve the team. So the phone calls are coming in already. See, it's just which one the 49ers are going to accept and which one will they reveal to us before next week draft night. Because, you know, the 49ers are going to keep that under their hat. If they do get a deal, we won't know until then. All of a sudden, oh my God. Quick, give me a bandage. It's bleeding. I'm going to bleed out. I don't like this situation, fam, because you know what? That's too much off. Debo just made up too much of what the 49ers' success was all about. Just way too much. You're not going to. There's no way to duplicate that. Man. GB Bull says Debo has one good year and drinking his own Kool-Aid. That's all fine and good, but it is still one good year, and he's already established himself as a badass. Boomer T shouldn't, asterisk. Ben Chinchu, I'm surprised they not here yet. We're good. All right, let me get all over the phone. Papa Dragon, Pop, come on in here, man, and find a way to make me smile and cheer up. And go ahead and believe the process will yield beneficial ends. No, not beneficial ends. Happy ends. I'm asking too much. Papa, come. Woo!
What? What?
What? Indeed.
Wait, he's going to play running back? What, he's going to score wide receiver? He's going to throw a touchdown now? What?
Yeah. He cooks and cleans too.
Hey, you got to understand. You got to understand. I hope you understand, like I understand,
Yeah.
that when it comes to some black men in America, they are a certain way, and brother's nickname is Debo.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, he's acting like Debo.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that if Debo was in the same building with John York right now, he wouldn't be knocking on the outside of their door of his office talking about, "Where's my money? Where's my money?"
Wait.
And John was, "Oh, come on in.
Pop,
Come on
don't
in,
leave out.
Samuel.
If
The
it ain't
name is
25
Debo."
mil, we don't want to hear it. God, Debo.
Oh, no, it gets worse. It gets worse. John York could be pulling the check out of his wallet and get ready to write him a check. And he'd be like, "In cash." You don't keep that much cash around here. So I mean, everything you said is true, but there ain't nothing. There ain't no point of panicking. I will say this. Debo had an incredible year, okay, but that year, in my opinion, is more of an anomaly. There is no such thing as a wide back. He's either a running back or he's a wide receiver.
Mm.
Now he's playing both positions. But if we were to tender him, there is no tender. There's no franchise tag for wide back. So he get franchised as a wide receiver.
You got him there.
Okay.
You, in the words, in the wording in itself, they got to stand down on that. They do, just for that.
Right.
You get paid for one or the other.
And number two, the reality is that he had his most effective year because of his play at the running back position. Right? But that's something we don't want to go through again as a 49er fan base because
it's too risky.
If your wide receiver is back to running the ball better than everybody else, you got a problem in your running back room.
And then there's that.
I mean, is Debo sitting in the running back meetings? I bet you he ain't.
That's a good question. Good. I'd love to know, actually. But I bet you're right.
He's just that good. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But, I mean, come on. I mean, what would it take for you to consider?
Pop, you're fading. Are you using something different tonight?
My bad. Nope, same thing. I'm just getting excited.
Okay.
So, how's that? So,
so
in any particular case, moving forward, Debo is going to get paid. He knows this, but what we're all seeing right now is Debo's personality. We are seeing the man who has been called Debo since he was a baby. That is his
billion babies.
That is who he is. You see what I'm saying? So no matter what happens, A.J. Brown's going to do one thing, Debo's going to do something else completely different. So I wouldn't be surprised if Debo doesn't show up. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay? So if he doesn't show up, I wouldn't be upset. Nor if I was a 49er, I'm going to sit there and trade him. Kyle Shanahan knows that Debo saved the offense last year. He saved it. Because Kyle Shanahan had no answers.
Mm.
What he had was a bunch of injuries again.
Mm.
Right? Now, that being said, every year, what's going to have to happen this time is that we do have to get better. We have to get better at running back. We have to get better at tight end. We have to get better at receiver. And part of that getting better at receiver is Debo. Last year, he was a Band-Aid. Okay, he was a Band-Aid that turned into Mr. Kool-Aid, is what it was.
Yeah.
Because he just became the bomb last year. He snuck up on everybody, but it's very similar to the first season that Kaepernick took over. He snuck up on everybody.
Yeah.
And every year since then, it started to diminish a little bit more and a little bit more. So Debo's got to do it at the wide receiver position, or he's got to do it at the running back position. Right? And I'm happy either way. I'll be honest with you. I'd be happier with him as full-time running back. I think he could be a better full-time. You know what? I don't even have to look at this. If you look at his numbers last year, okay? Look at his numbers last year. His average touchdown run was 20 yards. His average percent per carry is around 7 yards. It's right there. He's a better running back than he is a wide receiver. Because he was one of the leaders in the league in drop passes last year. So there's an argument to say he's a better running back. full-time, like a Marshall Falk type, or that 3-down running back that can go out and split right, like Roger Craig or like Ricky Waters. That is his level. So if he stays, which I fully expect him to stay, I just can't. I don't see any scenario where I say, okay, we just got better because we traded Debo.
Yes,
right?
that rings in my head. It resonates in my mind all the time. We ain't gonna be better without him.
Because we've done it. We've done it already. And I don't think that this brass will do that mistake again because they did it with Buckner. We didn't get better by trading Buckner.
Amen.
We didn't. So I don't think we get better trading Debo because it's like you'd have to trade him and you'd have to get multiple players to replace him because all the top receivers are gone.
Yep.
Right? I'm not sure if there's any other receiver left at this point.
It really is.
That's considered the top. So and there's nobody in the draft. And please stop with the Christian Watson stuff. Please stop.
Don't get Big Show started.
Ball dropper himself. He's an habitual ball dropper too. I'm not saying he won't be good. I'm just saying that he's that player that's got to go to the right situation and get a lot of attempts. And we are a running football team. So being said, with us being a running football team, what we need the most right now is we need running backs and we need linemen. And Debo qualifies as a running back in my eyes. Now, if the offense changes next year, which I don't anticipate that it will, I think it's going to look very similar to what Lance did in college, which was under center, a lot of play action, a lot of running, a lot of fullback, a lot of tight. It sounds like the 49ers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's why he was the most pro-ready quarterback there. So if we move forward and if we get better football play out of Lance, which I anticipate we will, just because of his mobility and his ability to challenge more of the field than Jimmy challenged, okay, we should get a little bit better. I'm not going to say it's going to be like night and day, but I will say that it will be better because if he averages what Russell Wilson did a game, which was 25 yards a game rushing, if he averages that, okay, then we're already ahead by 25 yards per game. And that's how you have to look at it from an analytical standpoint. He will be better. But ultimately, Debo has to come in and, he needs to stay with the team. Would he be better off going a completely different route? Yes, he would have. In my opinion, I would have done what he's done so far. But the dude's name is Debo. What else is he gonna do? His name is Debo.
Fam, excellent points. We're gonna have to entertain this. We'll let a day go by, let Debo settle down, get a grip, and say, "Look, I don't know what I was even thinking. Give me the paper, man. I'm ready to sign." So, this is my fantasy.
But he's not gonna have that. But you can have your fantasy all you want, but guess what? What would Debo say if he got a bunch of hate on social media?
Hey,
man, y'all don't phase nothing. I ain't feeling it.
D needs to know that wasn't us. And a lot of people already pointed out, including Matt Malco, that wasn't the 49er fans doing that. Debo ought to know. Debo, you know that wasn't us.
Oh, he don't matter.
I know. Debo still takes his fuel. We got to go, though, fam. Let me
take that chain he was wearing. He probably took that chain.
Every time I think about that, I think about that Post Malone song.
You think about all the brothers in your life. Think about all the hard ass brothers in your life that was that way. Flat out. That was that straight up way. My dad was like that.
I never messed with him.
Give me my money. Where's my money?
All right. Man, we gotta go before the production comes in and slaps both of us. Hey, I'll see you.
Where's my money, Doctor York? Doctor, Mr. Doctor, where's my money, Doctor? In cash.
I can already picture Papa Dragon on that ice cream truck with them rollers in his head. You know, don't mess with me about my money.
Oh, big term. I know.
Bob, we gotta go. I'll see you Wednesday.
We'll be all right. All right.
Man.
Get that man his money for somebody.
Let's get on over here and talk to Dre. Hey, Dre, come on in, Dre.
What up, Ronbo?
Well, Dre, it's uncomfortable, man. I just don't feel like being. I live in this world of make believe, thinking that everything's gonna be all right when it comes to the 49ers. It rarely is. And here's another situation where we got to go through all this, But, because now, and then Cowherd got on and shook me up because I'm sitting there listening to him. I don't appreciate what he's saying, but I do know he's making sense. And then I got Debo standing hardcore. Dre, Debo ain't moving. He ain't moving. That is the position he's going to take. 49ers are going to accept it, or they're going to do without his services, and he ain't playing. I just know it. But Dre, you're feeling up to this point.
I mean, my feeling, Ronbo, is where I've been felt. There's nobody above the team. Debo, he's a hell of a player, but he's not the team. Yeah, last year he was the team. That was a historic season. It's not happening again, though. We have a whole complete different roster almost. We got a couple wide receivers. We got a new quarterback, and that's a roster by itself.
Dre,
think about it, Ronbo.
I have, but if Dre is
Jimmy,
well,
Jimmy was stagnate. It's like Okay,
that's fine. But listen, here's the thing: if Debo decides I ain't playing, and y'all continue to play with me, I ain't playing with y'all. I'm not playing, Kyle, Coach. Now.
But that's what I'm scared of. I don't want him. I don't want him to say that. I don't want that to get out. If that has to get out, trade him first, so we can get compensated what we want to get compensated, rather than they know we having a problem with him. So they give us what we get. You know what I'm saying? So before all that get out, trade him. If y'all was gonna trade him, this is what I feel. Let me start what I was doing. This is the way I feel. There's no player above the team. He's a hell of a player. Let's not get that wrong. Don't nobody dog me. I'm not taking that from that dude. He's a dog. But we know how the Jets operate. Let's not sit back here and act like we don't. We know how the phony baloney man in the front office with the numbers operate too, Parak. So he got the phony numbers. Like I said, he ain't paying nobody. So if y'all knew y'all wasn't going to pay this man, we should have got everything that we could for him. You know what I'm saying? To send the man off with dignity and let the fan base remember him and get mad at Jed and them. But, hell, we got draft picks, capital. We didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Dre, this could take place within the next few days. And you know why? Because it's countdown. And the same like they did with DeForest Buckner, as soon as they saw The Rock wasn't going, they went ahead.
I bet you they trade him, Ronbo, because they're going to send a message to the team. They're going to probably, if they do sign him, it's going to be signed for a trade, because they got to show to the team there is no player but a team. If you get out here and maybe if he didn't do what he did publicly, I understand this is a new generation and all that, but maybe if he didn't do what he did publicly, it's a wide receiver that who is his name? AJ Brown?
Yeah. Him and McLaren.
Is he doing that?
No, AJ didn't do that.
Is he doing that right now?
No, nobody did that.
Just this dude, because he showed up to camp. Everybody showed up to camp with the same person he got. Showed up to camp. Some people didn't even participate, but they showed up. They showed that they are a team leader.
McLaurin says he is going to show up. AJ hasn't said a word yet.
I mean, everybody looks. Debo. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for Debo to do. Just shut up. Just shut the hell up. You should have did that from the beginning.
And you know what? His agent's probably already told him he should show up tomorrow. And just to put your face out there to say, I still love this team, but we got to do this.
Nah, what his agent should have did when he first got on, when Grant called him out and he got pissed at Grant and blocked him. I was like, wait a minute. How you going to do that and then do a whole 3 cents? He said, what about football? And now we're looking back. It was about football, and you got mad at him because he shined a little light on it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. We was all going to see.
But you got to know, Grant's on thin ice with every player in the 49ers locker room. They're just waiting for him to say anything about anything. I'm surprised they haven't mass blocked him because, when Jimmy Ward got up there and said, and he had revealed what they say about Grant in the locker room. And then you already know how some of the other players feel because they've had confrontations.
Oh no, we all know Grant could be out. We all know he.
Well,
could
he just speaks his mind, and that doesn't rub the 49ers.
Yeah, he speaks his mind. I respect it, but it can be egregious. He can be a little egregious at times. But he made a valid point earlier. He said he believes, and Grant knows things that we don't, and there's only so much he can say because his daddy got contact. He run deep with them. His daddy do. With the Jazz and everybody. So, he might know something. And from what I'm hearing from him is basically when he 9 times out of 10 say something, it turned around to be kind of true in a sense, like not about a player's play, but when it comes down to contracts and what the team is getting ready to do and what they're not getting ready to do, it turned out to be kind of true. And from what I'm hearing from him is he's saying that he's starting to piss off the same people Kaepernick pissed off. And I don't know if that's a positive look. So if he gonna piss them off and they gonna blackball him, let's get rid of him. We don't need that on that team, Ronbo. We trying to get to the Super Bowl with nobody pissing nobody else off in the league, man. We already didn't have piss off people with gambling. Then we turned around with Kaepernick and he didn't piss off other people kneeling. We don't need to piss off nobody else.
Well, Debo actually, I don't know if Debo's pissing off anybody around the league. I
mean, in the South, I'm hearing that's how it happens. With players in the South. I'm not in the South. I'm in Cali, so I don't know how they do it in the South. I hear Boston players do it the same way, from basketball to football to everything.
As far as a team
just
goes,
as far as players.
Yeah,
as far as players go, but as far as the team go, I'm hearing that people. He just said people. If you watch the thing, I don't really check him out after he got real egregious with some players. But at this one clip, I just checked him out, and I said, "Oh, hell, don't piss off those folks."
Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah.
I said I was listening to Grant say what he said, and I'm like, okay, well, Grant, you might know a little something about pissing off the people behind the scenes because you and your daddy is connected to them.
Yeah.
It ain't no way in the world Grant get all this information and it turned out to be true, Ronbo.
Well,
he broke it before anybody did. It ain't no guess.
Your percentages are a little high. I don't know if he's accurate that often, but the thing is, he does come up with things to manufacture his own thoughts into them, and then he projects them out, and then that's when the noise starts, and the players just really.
Oh no! I'm not talking about over his whole career. I'm talking about with this specific situation.
Okay. Since
his daddy came out retirement now. Okay. Since his daddy came out retirement, he back in.
No, he didn't pass away.
No, that was his mom. That was his mom who passed away. Yeah, but his dad's back out and he's doing podcasting with him and everything. So I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, Drake,
I'm pretty sure.
We're going to run over the clock here, but
sorry, production. I'm out.
Yeah, let's see what Let's see what happens Wednesday, because this is going to be a lot of things going to happen between now and draft night. I hope they're not all bad. All right.
Me too. If they don't draft Watson and they trade him, it's going to be bad. All right, Ronbo.
All right.
Have a blessing, my baby.
You too.
All right.
Let's check in with Eric. Eric.
Yeah, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, the snowball is getting bigger, okay? And see, because now, if you don't show up for things, it's a sign that you're going to take a hardcore stance, right? So tomorrow, Tuesday, and I would bet money. If Vegas was having running odds on whether Debo shows up tomorrow at camp, I'd bet as much as I could find, borrow money to make that bet, right? So he ain't showing up tomorrow. So the 49ers, we've built a locker room that's been loyal and close and supportive. Now, if Debo does go back and say, "Look, I'm not coming, people. What do I have to do to tell you that I need this done?" So we're going to get that attitude. They're going to perceive it as that attitude, and then we're going to have a problem. Eric, A few days from now, we're going to have the draft. Are the 49ers on the phone right now doing what Colin Cowherd says and doing their due diligence to find out how much they can get for Debo? Oh, my God. What do you think's happening?
I was listening to the previous caller, Ronbo, and what he said was pretty interesting. He said that we should trade Debo because we're trying to win a Super Bowl. And to me, I think that's not the right move. We were where we were at because of Debo. Obviously, we won the championship game because, of special teams, the divisional round because of the special teams era by the Packers. But I think obviously like 70% of where we were at was because of Debo. So I don't think if you're just going to trade him and all of a sudden we're going to get back to where we were at. I think that's not the case.
By the way, even in that Packers game, Debo picked up a crucial first down to seal that game. So he was even involved in that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was guts by Kyle. The fact that I think it was 3rd and 7, and he hands off the ball to a wide receiver in the backfield. That doesn't even make sense. I don't think any coach would do that.
No,
that's like guts.
No, Debo got hit on a slant coming right across the first down. That play. If that play's not made, there's no telling what happens.
Yeah, well, again.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, if you get rid of Debo, I don't think. To me, I think if you get rid of Debo, what you're doing is essentially
shooting yourself.
It's not a bad thing. Honestly, I think what you're doing is you're allowing, I would say, yourself a year of losing. Not to say that the 49ers are going to be a losing team next season. What I'm trying to say is
readjustment.
If you're going to get rid of, you need an adjustment because this team was primarily based on Deebo Samuel, which is so weird because his offense has so many weapons, and it was based solely on one player. Obviously, Jawan Jennings was crucial near the end of the season, but it was primarily Deebo when we won games. And I don't think that if you're going to move off of one player, that you're going to be in that exact position again. That's my problem with trading Debo. And so Eric, I think if you're going to trade Debo,
what are you going to get? Right? But Eric, you know what? Just think about every team in the league that wins. They've all got their bread and butter guy. Even Tyreek had to, share with a little bit with the tight end, but mostly was about him. As far as a wide receiver, and Devontae was Green Bay. Russell Wilson. Wilson actually did a good job he had 2,000-yard receivers. But every team has their bread and butter guy. This is the 49ers' bread and butter guy at this hour. No matter how many weapons you got, there's always that guy. Because the Packers, Valdez-Scantling and Lazard, so you're probably thinking, I get your ball every now and then. That's just the way it goes, That's not going to change.
Yeah.
Lance is going to have his bread and butter guy, too. That's always the way it is for winning teams, always.
Yeah, and you brought up a really good comparison. If the Niners get rid of Debo, I would expect them to struggle early on. Similar to, I think the Chiefs are going to struggle early on. I think they're still going to be a really good team, but no Tyreek. Yeah, their offense is going to be changed. It's going to be shifted, and so they're going to have to go out and they're going to have to get a receiver in the draft. So if you're trading someone like Debo, you expect more losses than you do wins, which is exactly why I think if you're trading Debo, I would say you're postponing. I would say like a real Super Bowl run if you get what I mean.
Unless
I think the 49ers, this is Trey Lance.
And pull something.
Yeah. Unless, exactly. You would have to pull something like a Jamar Chase out of nowhere, in the draft, or, make a trade, I don't know, for someone out there. Obviously, that's highly unlikely. But I think, obviously, it's Trey's rookie season. And if you were to trade Debo, that's going to make the weaponry. I wouldn't say it's going to be worse. We still have a lot of weapons.
But then he's going to have to. It dilutes the offense. You don't need to dilute the offense right now. You need to add more. Don't.
Yeah, exactly. Which is exactly why I think if you're trading Debo, you're delaying, which is a potential Super Bowl run in the future. Now, maybe that is beneficial. Maybe this team does need a little bit of a refresh. They went to the Super Bowl, the championship game. Maybe a team needs to step back, look at what they've done, and then kickstart another run. Maybe that's what the Niners want to do. I don't know. But I don't know if trading Debo is necessarily going to say, we're ready for the Super Bowl still. What are you going to do? You can't trade Debo and then pick up a Christian Watson and expect Christian Watson to be exactly like Debo, or not exactly, obviously, but give it the impact that Debo does. That, to me, that doesn't really make sense.
And it's not.
And
the
on top of
complexity
that,
the
you
team's
do
going
have
to
a rookie.
change, period. You know, I mean, the whole identity of the 49ers is going to change. Now, what is it going to change to is what I'm concerned with. You know, is it going to be effective? Is it going to have the impact that this one does? Because Deebo's underrated by a lot of people that are trying to convince themselves that this is okay. We can do without him. Oh, I'm not going to be going to. That is not true.
Yeah, and on top of that, I want to know if Deebo is traded, what is the locker room going to say? We always talk about, what's going to happen with the locker room if Jimmy goes. What the hell is going to happen if Deebo goes? This guy was the leader. I mean, he was the heart and soul of the team, basically. And yeah, exactly. What the hell is going to happen with the locker room? It's one of those things where it's scary to get rid of someone like Deebo. Obviously, Deebo, I don't know what he's really doing right now, what's going on in his head, but at the same time, if you get rid of someone like this, what does that do for this offense? I mean, imagine the tweets of 49er players once Deebo is traded. I would expect someone like George Kittle to be tweeting, "What the hell are we doing?" You know, that doesn't make any sense. Things like that.
Mind saying things. That's true.
You're going to see that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's scary, but also at the same time, I do think the Niners could deal with it. I know that you just said maybe some people are trying to be okay with it. I'm not okay with it, but I honestly think that the Niners, if they're doing this, they're postponing it. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think the Niners could do with another losing season and then, reload after it. Obviously, Lance is a rookie. That's why I'm saying the Niners could have a losing season, because I'm not going to put all this pressure on Lance to make the championship game again. But I think my only expectation for Lance maybe is to make the playoffs. That's the only thing I want from Lance in all seriousness, and improvement. I just want him to show development. This is his very first rookie season. I mean, his first basically starting season. And on top of that, he hasn't played football in 3 years. Mm-hmm. So in all seriousness, I'm not going to expect him to make another championship run and things like that. The Niners could deal with maybe like an 8-9 season, maybe like a 10-7 season, make the playoffs, something like that. But I'm not going to sit there and just say, "Oh, Niners are going to be in the Super Bowl again." That's not what I'm going to say right now. I would need to see a little bit more. In all seriousness.
I agree. Well, fam, Eric, good stuff. So honest and accurate. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna see you Wednesday. Maybe we'll have some good news.
Hi, Ronbo.
All right, Eric. Have a great night.
Hopefully. Hi, Ronbo.
All right. Hey, Jay knows exactly where Jimmy G is right now. He's going to give us a report. Yesterday, I had no idea Jimmy was hanging out at Hooters. Jay knew. When Jimmy was in Vegas, Jay knew. I think Jay probably follows him around and narrates his life as he's walking down the street like Morgan Freeman. And Jimmy turns into the door, going into the Hooters Club as if he owns the place and has a seat. Waiter comes over and Jimmy smiles, and before you know it, they've got a conversation going, "Hey, Jay, what's Jimmy doing now?"
Well, Jimmy is actually at, let me see, where are the coordinates at? Let me see. I don't know. I don't know where he's at now, crazy stuff. But
Jay, I'm telling you one thing, though. I know where Debo is right now, and he's not in California. And I doubt very seriously whether he's got a flight booked for in the morning. This is getting worse. I got to tell you, Jay, I thought we'd be done with this by now. Because, this is Debo. Don't play, Kyle, John. Let's go. And no, the 49ers are standing there tough. Debo is too. And you heard about Denzel Ward, right? His agent, Denzel Ward, he's the highest paid cornerback in NFL history.
You said cornerback?
Corner, CB.
Corner.
Yeah.
How much?
I didn't look at the numbers. I saw that caption. I just kept going because it's Denzel Ward. He's a Cleveland Brown, so I didn't really care. But I do know that Denzel Ward's agent is the same one that Debo's got. So this guy throws nothing but fastballs, no curves. So the 49ers are sitting there trying to bat against a guy that's throwing over 100 miles an hour. It's a scary thing. I don't know,
Yeah. Ronbo, tomorrow's a training camp or something, right?
April 19th. It's voluntary workout day. The first real
tomorrow?
work. Yeah.
So he's probably not going to be there. Those were the reports, right? Mm-hmm. He wasn't going to show for training camp.
Well, it's not definite. Nobody said he wasn't. He's not expected to.
Oh yeah, not to work out actually. Just in case he might get hurt or something. Or I don't know. That's probably why. He doesn't
Debo's
want to
wrapped
do
up in
that.
bubble wrap. They're wheeling him around in a wheelchair and, keeping him fresh with a helmet on.
Personally, honestly, I like Debo a lot, but I would trade him. To be honest, I know
Jay,
he
but have you
has
thought
been
about how
more
that's going to
offense.
affect the team, though? I just want to make you sad like me.
I mean, I don't care, Ron, but look,
Oh no,
look,
Jay, come on, man, you can't
no,
say
no,
this.
no, look. If I was a GM, I would trade Debo for 2 first-round picks, right? And then draft Christian Watson. I know he ain't Debo, but I don't really care about that. But
Jay, you
Debo,
have
if
to
we
care
pay them,
about that.
I mean, Christian Watson, Debo's like an A++, the super or S tier,
Listen,
and Christian
analysts are
Watson
saying
could become an A+ player,
But analysts are saying Christian Watson is not a first-round pick. That
Mhm.
at some point the 49ers will probably see him and won't pick him. I don't know. But I do know that Debo has established himself as an absolute monster. And if you remove an absolute monster from a team, it's going to impact them heavily. So if you're looking at 7-10, 6-11, then that means, Jay, that I hate to tell you this, that means you don't care. That means you really don't care.
Ronbo, look, these
I just got
last
to
couple.
tell you,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Look,
Defend your position.
this year we're not gonna make it a Super Bowl. Let's not be delusional right here, Ronbo.
No.
I don't see this team going to the Super Bowl this year. It's not gonna happen. We have some holes in our offense, offensive line, and other stuff. But I don't expect us to go to Super Bowl this year. Maybe the playoffs, yeah, sure, but not to the Super Bowl with Jimmy or Trey Lance. I honestly believe that we're not gonna make it a Super Bowl. I am projecting that we're gonna go to Super Bowl in 2023, though. I do believe that.
So it's okay with you to take off a year, lose Debo, get a couple of draft picks, and just sort of omit 2022 and fast forward to 2023.
I mean, look, Debo ain't cool. It ain't good, but look at the position he plays. Ronbo is wide back. He ain't gonna last in the league for what, 10 years or maybe even 5.
See,
he's gonna last for at least 2 more years, Ronbo.
That's true. And that's the argument that people are presenting. The Debo, his style of play is going to take him out of the game probably at sometime soon. But you know what? That's why Debo's trying to get his money now.
Yeah, that's
he knows.
Why. Ronbo, when Debo gets hurt all the time or whatever, he pulls his hamstrings and his groin all the time, and when he gets hit by a corner, it just looks so bad. He has gotten the wind knocked out of him, And last year he looked tired in the sideline, Ronbo. He looked like his stamina was low.
Yeah, I know.
Or something like that.
You got a good point there. He only got hit once that I know of and rung his bell, though. And that was that Rams game. And as Debo said, come on, man. Debo cracked me up when he answered that question. Come on, man. Yeah, I didn't see him coming. You don't know nobody do me like that.
Yeah.
Listen, Debo hands out the punishment. This is what you're talking about when you say his longevity is questionable. That Debo plays like Debo. Debo, when he gets the ball, if you're standing in front of him, he's not really crazy about going around you or juking you. He's going to knock you the hell out. That's what he does. So, and that style of play can get you into trouble at some point. So this is the thing. So.
Yep. Rob, did you hear those reports of, maybe the Carolina Panthers, interested in?
Yeah, that's been going around for weeks.
Yeah. Weeks. But
first it was the Steelers.
Yeah,
first it was the Commanders. Then it went to the Steelers, and the Indy got involved.
Yeah.
And then, the Panthers are the last resort. No, I don't see it.
Yeah, I would draft Christian Watson around, and that's it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't even care about Debo anymore.
We hang our hat on too many. You can't do it with draft picks. You just can't.
What?
We can't your hopes can't be too high, especially when you're talking about replacing unestablished fiend like Deebo Samuel. You cannot expect something in the draft to come in and cover that spot. Even with Raheem Mostert last year, we did see Elijah Mitchell did a great job, but he is not him. You know, these are the things we had to put up. But then that takes us back a notch because as effective as we are, because I think what we averaged, we were averaging over 20 points last year, right?
Yeah, 20.
And 14 of them were Debo's every week, right? So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Debo was playing good, hella good last year, but you know, who knows? It might not. It could have been a fluke. It could have only happened that year, and that's it. You know.
But regardless, so it did happen. So you know, it did happen. Yeah, you gotta respect it, and it's got to be honored. You can't just say, well, you know, you did it once. A lot of people are going that route. I doubt the 49ers are saying that to his rep, because then, you know. Well, you know what? How about he does it twice somewhere else? And it's a pleasure doing business with you guys, and that's the end of that. Since you're not going to have any faith in my client going forward, then what is the point in continuing this conversation? So you got to be careful what you say. You got to choose your words widely. If you want to if you're negotiating for Debo, don't insult him in front of his rep, because that won't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ronbo, one last thing about Debo. You know, I don't really care about training because look, he's not really working out with Trey Lance. Let's be honest here, and you know, they're not building a rapport like him and Brandon Ayuk. So you know, Trey, remember, look, he throws the fast balls, Ronbo.
Yeah.
And well, Debo's got to be used to that, Ronbo. Look,
Debo played with him Debo played with him last year, though. He's not a complete stranger to Debo, though. So, yeah. But polishing up is what you want to do, though. I understand that.
Yeah.
All right, JT, we're going to run out. Well, let me see a Wednesday and see what's next in the chapter of the adventures of the 49ers, all right?
Yeah, have a good day, Ronbo.
You too, Jay. And let's get over. Rakeem. Hey, how are you, brother? Rakeem, doing all right. I could be doing better if they just go ahead and stop with the madness in Santa Clara. And say, I want to think about Debo leaving. Boy, we are in the same page. We're in lockstep. We cannot let him go. We will work out a contract for him, pay the man Niners. I know. People don't understand. They forget quick how well we were doing last year. You don't come back from a 3-5 deficit with people that wasn't doing nothing. All right? 49ers pulled themselves up by the bootstraps. Debo had a lot to do with that, and we got back involved. When you look at what we did last year, that was a damn miracle. Nobody's looking at it that way at this point because they forgot. 3-5, you're out of it. You go to week 17, and you got to pull off another rabbit out of your hat. You're down by 21 points, and you come back and you win that game to get into the playoffs. Come in as a wild card, you get all the way to the NFC CG. Debo was part of all of that. Everybody out there was all part of that. Everybody I can bring back, I'm bringing back, damn it. That's all it is to that for me. Hey, Javon! Rakeem, thanks for that contribution, fam. Javon!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Javon, worry. Debo's, if he doesn't show up tomorrow, it's gonna send fear and tension through a lot of people too. But Javon, what do you think, man? You know, is this gonna end happily ever after?
Yeah, man, we definitely gonna pay him. I mean, come on now, we not gonna let this dude go. We not looking at any of these wide receivers in the draft because none of these wide receivers is even close to Debo. None of these wide receivers is even an AJ Brown. None of these wide receivers is Justin Jefferson. None of these wide receivers is gonna do anything close to what we doing over here.
I mean, they can run fast,
Debo.
but I mean, I need more than that. You know, I'll take one of them,
more than just
but he ain't gonna be the main man.
None of that. So let's stop with the trade talk. Y'all over here saying trade Debo need to just stop. The only person on offense that we need to trade is that dude right behind Ronbo, right over there. That boy Jimmy. Get him out of here. Other than that, anyone else on offense, let's not talk about trading. We keeping Kittle, we keeping Debo, we keeping Ayuk, we keeping everybody over here. We're gonna use Trey Lance so that he can have these weapons that he needs. Like, I really don't get why people want to say trade Debo just because he scraped some stuff off his Instagram. Like, we would really be the laughing stock. Teams is going to be laughing at us if we make a move like that. Someone's going to get fired in the front office if we do something like that. Like, let's really be honest. We're gonna definitely pay Debo. We need him to stay on this team. We need him to play with. And hold on, let's stop about this injury talk. Like he's not even going to be playing halfback no more. We got all our running backs healthy. Elijah Mitchell's been showing out. Jeff Wilson's coming back. Trey Sermon's coming back. We better draft another running back. We just visited with Brian Robinson and James Cook. We got a whole bunch of people that's going to be in that backfield that's not going to be named Debo. Debo's going to be a wide receiver. We still got Ray McLeod that's going to be getting these reverses too. We planning to take pressure off of Debo and not use him how we used him last season. Like this is exactly what we've been trying to do and build for this moment right here. We got Trey Lance that can continue to scramble in the pocket and extend plays. So let's not act like Debo's going to continue to be the focal point of our offense when we got a whole bunch of weapons that Jimmy didn't know how to use. You probably disagree with me on that one, but hey,
I do thoroughly.
I'm gonna just say right now, we got a whole bunch of weapons. Jimmy didn't know how to use Ayuk. Jimmy didn't know how to use Ross Dwelly. Jimmy wasn't using Kittle the right way. He should have been using him last season. He only had 20 touchdowns, Ronbo. We should have had around 30 touchdowns, at least 30 passing touchdowns from Jimmy last season. I think he had 29.
Leave Dwelly out of this.
Something like that. Hey, Dwelly's been able to use his body and also catch properly. So he's definitely a good target that Trey Lance can use. He's gonna have to use that.
I think you need to attend practice. I think you need to realize Kyle Shanahan runs that offense. Jimmy he follows orders. For everybody continuing to blame Jimmy for every player on the team is ludicrous. What they do is they run things during the course of the week, and that's what you call a game plan. We don't just randomly throw the ball all over the field. This is just something that I can't believe people keep saying that. And you're going to see the same. You're going to see a game plan being put in place when Trey comes in, and he's going to run the game plan the same way. And I'm
he's going to run the
game
same
plan. Thing.
But we're not going to use Debo.
If you rehearse it,
we're not going to use Debo the way we've been using it last season. Is what I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying is, you think Kyle, if it works, this is what Kyle does. He exploits the other team's weakness, and if that means Debo's going to do this or Debo's going to do that, or if Dwelly's got a fish. Or if Ayuk is doing it. And Ayuk did a good job. Ayuk, it wasn't like Ayuk didn't get any passes last year. And people are exaggerating that to a degree now.
He was wide open in that Rams game all day long, and Jimmy never even looked at him.
And we had a 10-point lead coming down the stretch in that game, and we lost it due to other things besides Ayuk not getting the ball.
Ayuk deserved that ball many times. That dude that was over there guarding Ayuk, it wasn't Ramsey. I forgot his name, whoever it was on the Rams. But he could not hold Ayuk. He could not hold him at all.
All right, so it was Jimmy's fault.
We got to give him way more looks.
All right, so it was Jimmy's fault. He did not throw the ball at Ayuk. Go ahead, move on. What's your next point?
We got first read. We got Jimmy doing first read options, and that's what Kyle wanted. Because and he has a playbook that is limited to what Jimmy can do. So
because of the fact, and there's more factors. There's also the amount of time you're going to get. You have to calculate everything when you design a play. If you know that offensive line is going up against a defensive rush like the Los Angeles Rams, you don't stand there and have your quarterback going through 16 and 17 reads. You come up with two outlet options and get them out as quick as you can. The essence of Kyle Shanahan's offense is to get the ball out quickly and get it to a playmaker. It's not about reading the field all day because he will get sacked.
And we're definitely not going to be continuing. Like I said, we're not going to be using Debo the same exact way we've been using him before.
Well, now see that.
This is why we got all these other receivers that are continuing to develop as well. We just signed Marcus Johnson. He looks like he's going to be a burner. Like I said, all our running backs are coming back. Yeah, over the dude over there.
As long as they last.
Talking mess about Dwelly. Let's not sleep on Dwelly like he's not going to be a good target. Let's not sleep on Kyle Juszczyk like he's not going to be a good target for Trey Lance.
He's a good blocker, and you also use him for that.
Blocker. It's an blocker.
Well, I mean, he's not bad. And the thing is, that's what they use him for. Plays are used in a way that are going to be to the 49ers' advantageous position. I mean, as far on the field, you're not going to just do things to be doing them. Everything they do is for a reason. So this is the thing Trey's going to have to be able to do, be able to follow instruction, and because Kyle's already telling you what you're going to do before you do it, and he's going to tell you the result, like he told George Kittle that year when he told George, run this. Jimmy's going to get the ball to you. You should get 40-yard gain. He came back and had exactly 40 yards. So these guys believe in what Kyle's telling them. They're not going to just go maverick out there.
Definitely. But all I'm saying is that we need to pump the brakes on trying to trade Jimmy. We need to make sure that what Kyle's trying to do right now is what it seems like is we're not going to use him the same way we used him last season. He's probably not going to have the same yards or whatever touchdowns, however many he had last season. What he's going to do is he's going to put up great numbers, but at the end of the day, the ball's going to be scattered around a whole lot more. We're still going to be a run-first offense in the first place for that, but it's not going to be putting Debo in the backfield when we got 3 other healthy running backs and possibly a 4th one that we about to use in this draft too. So I really don't see what the point is of talking about trading Debo. There's no point at all when we're going to use him.
That we agree on, because he, no matter what, Debo is too good a football player to give to the Jets, and we don't have him, because no matter what team he's on, he's going to make them better.
There's nobody in this draft that's going to even be close. Even if you get 2 first-round picks, it's not going to be equivalent to what Debo's been doing. Like, the Jets was not offering 2 firsts for Tyreek Hill. So what makes them want to change their mind and do this for Debo?
That's why they lost out to the Dolphins, isn't it? That's true.
It's exactly.
Well, they may give a first and a second. Anyway,
and that's not enough.
And that's not
even
enough.
Close to enough.
I agree.
Not even.
Well, we got to go though,
enough.
fam. Let's get together on Wednesday, all right, and see what happens between now and then. Maybe something good. You never know.
Appreciate you having me on. All these next callers better not be talking about trade Debo. Please stop. Please stop.
They're not serious. All right, Javon, have a great night, man. All right. Uh-oh. Here comes Fly Guy, though. I know he is. Fly Guy, here he comes. Fly Guy! Fly Guy, Fly Guy. Fly Guy? Yeah, we come back.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Ronbo jacket. Ronbo.
Fly Guy, I hear you.
Yeah.
So, Fly Guy, tomorrow's Tuesday, and you can bet there's no need. His mama ain't going to have to give him lunch money because he ain't coming to work or coming to school. So, this is when things start to get nasty. You see, because George Kittle that year, George was having problems collecting his money. We was in COVID situation, right? So George didn't have to come out on the field because nobody was, right? But now the picture gets more clear now, because if tomorrow Debo's not on the field, oh, okay, he ain't gonna be here, huh? All right. Now it's suddenly the poop gets real. Because now, this is what we're going to have to deal with. He ain't going to show up for OTAs if his contract ain't by then. If 49ers, if you wait till August to sign this dude, he's going to come in out of shape, ready to pull a muscle, and everything else if you wait till August to sign him.
Okay. Let me give you how it all started from the beginning. Because if you gonna understand Debo, you got to go from the beginning. The very beginning, when you see Debo sitting on the table with McDaniel eating breakfast, or I'm not looking for a house in Miami, I just practice there. Like, he's just sending shots. You don't think that was shots?
He noticed the stakes, fam. Fly Guy noticed the stakes.
That was the beginning.
Some of us never paid attention to. Maybe somebody else did, but I never noticed that. That's scary.
Yeah, that was the very, very kind of beginning. Like when he trying to show 49ers. I'm with the bosses too. You know what I mean? Debo's all about, man, it's crazy.
Like Debo you said Debo knew the 49ers were not going to act right about his extension.
No, it's not that he didn't think they're going to act right. He just demanding more. Like, I'm going to ask for a big contract, so I'm just showing you that I'm Debo. I'm a boss. I'm going to ask you for a big contract. So that's our way of doing it. Like, okay, I'm going to go to Miami. I'm going to sit with the head coach of a Miami Dolphin, eat breakfast.
I wonder how much money the Dolphins have right now. Will Mike McDaniel company call San Francisco? Listen, if you guys want to talk about Debo, we're here for you. Mike, is that you? Yeah, Kyle. What'd you think? All right, don't listen. Just I'll get back to you.
That was the first time. That was the first time Debo was about his money. We never look at it like that. We think, oh, no, leave Debo alone. He's just eating breakfast from an old friend. You crazy? That's the first time.
Like you work for some kind of agency, don't you? You do great detective work, don't you?
That was the first time Debo gave us, but nobody's seen it because it was so smooth.
You
Come
saw
on,
it, though.
Debo knows.
He didn't run nothing past you. I just didn't think about it. That never would have crossed my
Yeah,
mind.
that was the first time where you're not gonna, you want a big contract, and you with another head coach eating breakfast. So what? You knew him, like.
Yeah,
Think about it, Ronbo.
I've been knowing Mike for a
And
long
then
time.
and plus he tweeted, oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying with 49ers. I mean, he's trying to say I want to stay. Tighten up. I'm not going anywhere. I want to stay with 49ers. I'm just in Miami. That's where I train at. Like, but at the same time, it's more like I want to stay, but like what the numbers looking like.
That's, Arden Key did the
That
same
was the
thing.
first time.
Riding up and down the road. Yeah, but 49ers ain't mentioned no offer yet, so I'm out here looking around.
But
and I said,
I'm gonna tell you,
know what? Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you on 49ers view how they looking at Debo. It's like I'm a company, right? I'm gonna hire somebody that's gonna fly a plane, right?
Yeah.
But that person is not anything. Any day he can catch a heart attack.
Yeah.
So I'm being careful here. I'm not just gonna throw my money like boom, here's 25, because you get Debo 25 right now, and 2-3 plays later he on the sideline for the whole year. So you just waste $25 million.
Well,
You're not gonna. You won't think about.
He co-pilot. He may not be as good a flight. I mean, he might not be as skilled as a pilot, but he's still able to keep the plane up.
Yeah, but you got to understand where I'm coming from. Is this you understand the risk though? The person catch a heart attack. Like, I mean, that's the risk here. They give Debo $25 million right now. That's because Debo know I'm not playing till I get that money, because he knows I can be at practice right now and catch a hamstring.
Yeah, I don't like that he's not working out right now. I guess he is working out, but
you can't blame 49ers. You can't blame 49ers for not throwing the money out there. Like, give the man the money. It's a business run, but you gotta pick the best candidate for the job. I'm not just gonna throw the money here because last year you had, okay, then finish the year. Let's see what you can do. We'll give you more money. Like, you ain't gotta hold out and all that stuff. You still on the contract. Y'all don't understand the situation. We gotta look at from Jed's point of view too. Yeah. I'm giving you $25 million because you scared you might get hurt. Even you showed me you scared. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
That's why I say I don't know if we might not even trade Debo. We might keep him and see if he's willing to play.
Yep.
And then if he's not,
next 5 days is crucial, Fly Guy. If we don't hear nothing, they ain't gonna do it draft night. I just don't believe that. So
Yeah, what I say is we'll see, because I would not if this is my business one, but I would not do it because you showing me that you scared. Like, you need the money now. It's not like, look at Bosa. Bosa could do the same thing right now. He don't care. He know he's Bosa. Like, I'm gonna get on the field. I'm a dog. I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna survive on the field. Debo know as soon as he get the ball, he start a lamp. Sometimes he go down without nobody. Even the year he had the good year, how many games he missed? He missed some games.
Last year.
The only reason he did so good is because Caution and hand would not go away from Debo. Debo in the running back. Debo scream. Well, how about Ayuk? So Kai is the one to blame for all his Debo ego. Like, I'm Debo. I'm the best receiver in the game. Like, 2,000 yards. Come on. You got players doing it like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. So it's Kai to blame.
It
blame
is
Kai
something to think about, because his style of play is pretty much going to cause problems with his body. So, and even if how many years can he play at that intensity?
That's what I was saying. The owner's looking at it that way too. It's like you invest money here. Money is not. People don't just throw money in the garbage like that. Like, here's 25. Just like we did D Ford. Here's 25. Here's all this money. And D Ford ain't played not a game for 4 years, and we still can't cut him.
D Ford is the Mac Daddy of the NFL. That boy pimped the 49ers. Ooh, God, he did it. I mean, you're talking about in fabulous style. So, they'll never let no player do that to him, though.
If I'm done this, D Ford got to give me a head of fade. We're going to fight. Because you robbed me.
Bring him up on court charges. What would be the charge against D Ford? Grand larceny. You know, the dude robbed the 49ers in a way that nobody ever has in the history of the franchise.
That was too easy.
Let me
Up that, Ronbo.
let me tell you what, I'm going to see you Wednesday, okay?
Yeah.
Good. You're always entertaining, fam. I can't wait till you call in, man. You'd be killing me, man. Came back with that detective work. Anyway, I'll see you Wednesday. Is that Jack? Hey, Jack.
Debo.
Oh.
Debo.
I like that. Yo,
Samuel.
Rio.
God damn.
Debo. Yo, Jack,
What's
we
going
haven't talked
on,
to you since the
everybody?
Debo situation broke. This is good.
And I'm the one who told you guys, if you give me the 4 and the 10 pick, I'm going to listen, Ronbo, right? I'm going to listen, baby. You got the, and they got the same offense. They got Robert Saleh and the offensive coordinator. So they know what to do with Debo. You know what I'm saying? They'll fit in just nicely.
They
but then you
absolutely
got
know what to do.
Other teams. But you know what I'm saying? The more and more I'm thinking, and guess what? Do we love Debo? Is he a badass motherfucker? Hell yes. But why was he used as a halfback most of the time? Why was he put in all these situations where he could
was
get
the best
injured?
at it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Jimmy G's arm strength. Right now we got Trey Lance. Do we really need this drama so the next guy like Elijah Mitchell, let's say he has an all-pro season, you know what I'm saying? Trey Sermon, who knows? And they go cocky like Rocky and say, you know what? Debo did it. This guy did it. I'm going to do it. Do we really want this drama in our building? We want Debo. Of course we want Debo. But now shit's getting ridiculous. I'm not going to the practices. I'm not doing nothing. So you know what? Shit. If Suge Knight got rid of Snoop Dogg, hey, I've seen worse shit happen.
I was scared
you know
for Snoop too.
Hey, I've seen what. Hey, you give me the 4 and 10, Ronbo. I'm gonna listen. And Jameis Jameson Williams.
Wide receiver.
That is. Yeah, who's injured? I get that. Everybody's gonna.
Jack, how you gonna get him though? That's a first round. He may be one guy that goes in the first round as far as wide receivers go.
Listen. There's some bad boys in this draft. From Garrett Wilson, who I really like, but Jameson Williams is gonna be an all fucking pro. And this guy got the intangibles that Debo doesn't even have. And I get it, guy. Oh, he's injured and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I don't want this drama in my damn building. Forgive me for acting like Suge Knight. God damn it. But you know what, man? You know what? I got to put a stand up. You know what? I don't want this shit to happen every year. Somebody else holding out and acting, bringing this drama to the building. So you know what? I'm getting rid of goddamn Debo this week or on draft day if he's going to continue like this. You know what I'm saying? Because we got Trey Lance. I got to reiterate that you know what, this guy has arm talent that can go down get it. So we don't need this dude to be the halfback all the damn time.
You don't need to put all that heavy lifting for Trey Lance this year. Would be ridiculous. He's not ready for that. You need Debo to do what Debo does. Here's the thing.
We do need him. You're right. We do need him for Trey Lance. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Because he's worked with them through the practices and everything like that. They know each other. But you know, it's not the end of the world, man. If we get one of these top dogs like I'm telling you, Jameson Williams or a Garrett Wilson in the top 10, we get a second round pick. Why don't we just get 2 wide receivers and hope that both of these men turn into all pros? You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just don't like.
It's a dream come true, you know. But Jack, how many wide receivers come out every year of the draft and just kick butt in their first year?
Yeah. You're right. But let me go back to that trade, which Mr. John Lynch, who I told you guys gets happy feet this time of the year, and he messed up with DeForest Buckner, but that does not mean that he's gonna mess up on this one. And I'm telling you guys, when Jameson Williams, I keep saying this shit like it was Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Waddle did have the most catches of any rookie, but I said at number 12 last year, where we were at 12 to get Waddle, because we didn't have a chance. We had no chance in hell to get Chase, who went to the Bengals. But I'm just saying, man. I think
you can do without Debo
like
and the drama
Williams
they're
has
wrapped
a
up with him.
chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they have a chance to ball out this first year because of the arm talent. But you know what? I don't want to trade Debo, but the more and more he's acting like it's making me feel some type of way, man. Like, goddamn, next year, the following year, we're just gonna see a domino effect where somebody else is just gonna be doing the same goddamn shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I want 25. Debo did it. Well, I should do the same shit too. He got paid because he did this. So I'm gonna do the same shit what Debo did.
Jack, you know what?
So I don't want to see this shit.
But Jack, even if Debo leaves, whoever's up next, Nick Bosa, they're still going to command a certain amount because they know their worth, right? Even Debo at 25 is not a bad deal. I think there's something wrong with with some of the wording going on in his contract. I don't think he's having a problem with the money, as he is some of the language in that contract, like it has been in the past. So what we're complaining about, we're kind of ignorant to what's going on with that contract, right? So I don't know about making those kind of judgments, Jack. I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel you guys, and everybody is making sense and not making sense at the same time. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna finish it up by saying, listen, man, if this shit continues, I'm gonna act with a cigar in my mouth like Suge Knight and say, you know what, we selling like Snoop Dogg. Fuck this shit. Let's get the best thing on the table. We got New York Giants that have the 5 and 7 man. The Panthers, even the goddamn number 7 pick. The Falcons, they got nobody as a wideout. They might cave in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get their first and get their second, and let's not pull a goddamn.
With the Giants, you got to give me Saquon in the first, and we can talk. Okay. Hey, Jack.
Otherwise we're gonna be singing the same song, baby.
I know. Jack, we're leaving. Jack, I'll see you next time. Jack, bye, Jack. God, bring the law in. Hey, Brian. Brian.
To the NFC nation, the law says, know your role and shut your mouth. What's up, Ronbo?
I don't see Ready to Go in here today. Ready to Go didn't make it today? All right. That's why it's kind of peaceful in the chat to some degree. Hey, Brian,
What's up, Ronbo?
I was okay until the first day shows up on the schedule when we need people to participate. I want to see that locker room, that training room. I want to see all those Niner faces in there working out, sweating, getting ready. But Debo's face won't be in there tomorrow, Brian. I don't think so. And now that means that Debo is saying, look, y'all, I don't know what I got to do to hurry this process up, but I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to pull a muscle by lifting nothing. I'm not going to hurt my jaw muscle by talking too much. I'm going to just stay out of the locker room until I get this all settled up, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, now
Ronbo,
all of a sudden the situation comes into full
I
focus. And I don't either, but I really wish that some, would flinch, either the quarterback, or either the 49ers or Debo, please.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. Hey, get your, as they say, get your money, man. But and I kind of wish that just kind of tone it down a little bit. Just be patient and just wait.
Isn't it? Yeah,
and stay away from the extra stuff
and the media.
And the media. And I hope I hope it's entourage. I hope they ain't in his ear or whatever.
No, they are.
I know he got one. So, but yeah. So we just gotta trust, and hopefully that the regime, hopefully they get it together.
Well, it's not going to happen in 24 hours. Wouldn't it be special, though, if it did? I'd be shocked. You know, if we're actually do things late night, wouldn't it be special? All of a sudden you look up, damn, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Who did this?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you remember a while back I said Trent Williams' deal was done like about 5 o'clock in the morning.
I know, right?
About 5 o'clock in the morning.
And I know Williams I thought Trent be in the bed. I know Kyle had to be in the bed. You know, Lynch wasn't, I guess. It's like John Lynch once said on Twitter, stay awake. Why did he put it? Stay awake, faithful.
And I think Trent was on and I think Trent Williams, I think he was on vacation. I think he was out of town when his deal got done.
Well, now, he was in Kansas City, remember? He was phoning back to tell the 49ers what was in progress. But you know what? I'm going to be here till tomorrow. But listen, this is what's going on. Because Trent wanted to be a 49er. So he's trying to tell the 49ers, look, comparing what they're talking about, what you're talking about, I'm going to go where the money's the best or whatever's the best. And so the Chiefs is working hard to get Trent. And they needed him, too, after Mahomes got ran completely out of the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
They beat his little butt.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, they beat him up.
Oh, yeah.
So, so they was trying to get Trent bad,
Oh yeah, man. But yeah. But I'm agree with support the caller earlier that said that, they're not gonna trade Debo, so we kinda need to stop that. Stop speaking that, whatever. I don't think it's gonna happen. Because if there was to happen, Ronbo, not saying that it is, but if there was, the compensation ought to be out of its orbit. I'm like, okay, y'all, you want to say what y'all gonna give us for him? We need to get everything we can get, but we're not gonna even worry about that.
And Brian, you make a good point there because the 49ers price is going to be so high that any team that will be stripped naked if they make that deal. And then we may all say, well, maybe I can live with that. I ain't going to say it. I'm telling you right now. But I can see where some people would think it's fine.
Yeah. I'm like, if you want this dude here, here's what we want. That's if you want him. Now, if you don't want him that bad, do you really want Debo?
Call me back when you're ready. Because here's what I'm telling you. What we're expecting. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, but no, we ain't worried. Just
it's gonna be okay.
Trusting they'll get it done. Just get it done.
All right.
Just get it done.
I like that. I like that line of thinking.
Stay away. You need to stay away from the hoopla, and he don't need to get hurt. Now if you're not gonna come to what they got coming up, though they have like
it's just voluntary training. You can come in and get some instruction. I guess the aspects of training program that are necessary at this particular time before you get into the regular OTA sessions,
Yeah. So in the meantime, between time, he need to stay away from stay out of the club if he can. He don't need to be pulling no hamstrings, pull an ACL. You doing the doggone wobble.
Well, it's already enough now. He can pull ACL. It'll be healed up by September. But the thing is, Brian, you get together with your teammates and talk about stuff, and it's bonding time. A comfortable bonding time too. We're not under the stress of learning the game plan for this week and what we're going to do and how we did last week and how we want to do better. People can say, Debo, how's that contract negotiation going on, man? They want to hear
it. Yeah. Right now, our main focus need to be on Trey. Make sure he get everything. Make sure he get as much rest as he can. If he's gonna be the starter, then he's a guy we gonna be with. That's what we drafted him for. That's what we gave up the land and the moon and the star and the sun and the stars and all that to get it. So yeah.
God,
I mean, hey, it's this time.
So, and Debo not being there is not good, especially for that reason, because if Trey does end up starting and him and Debo haven't gotten any time in together, that's not going to work. That's really, because a lot of what Debo does, and people think it's going to change for some reason, but it's not. Debo's still going to be running them routes across the middle of the field because that's what he does best, and taking advantage of the linebackers and everybody else out there because they cannot deal with them. Why would I take that out of the playbook? When people talk about expanding the playbook, they think taking this away is expanding it. No, it's not. That's watering it down. You got to keep that in there.
Yeah.
You may add other dimensions to it, but you don't take that out. That's been the bread and butter of what the 49ers do, and they do well.
Right. Yeah. And then it's like the guy said, or also like the guy said earlier, we ought to have a bevy of running backs. They ought to be heavy.
I know, right?
So, yeah. So,
got to find one that looks like Debo.
Hopefully, right. Hopefully Trey Sermon learn from his season, and hopefully he can get us a better one. And I think Jeff Wilson, that's a good. I'm glad they got him back.
Now that's the dude. I got a lot of faith in Jeff Wilson Jr. Sermon, I got zero faith in him. I just have to tell the truth about Sermon. He was doing a Carlos Hyde, fam. I seen him run all up in his back of 49ers place. What is he? Oh hell no! What is that? Trey, I see the hole from here. Oh, so Anyway. We still got Elijah Mitchell. We just got to beef him up a little bit, make him a little tougher, because I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else they're going to bring in. The 49ers are going to draft a running back. They do it every year, though. Let's see what they do.
Yeah. They don't do that. Yeah, they can do that.
So,
but remember what I said, Ronbo? I said, hey, grab that. They're either going to go up or down as far as swapping draft position, or there's going to be a trade.
Yeah. Let's get back into it Wednesday. Let's get into it more Wednesday. Because, fam, we ran out of time. But listen, keep that thought, and let's re-go over that Wednesday. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to production. And most importantly, shout out to the faithful. And the law is really out.
Night, Brian. Always appreciate you.
All right, Ronbo. Holla.
And Daryl Smock, why trade Debo on a hope that you'll find another Debo in the draft? You should put a question mark there because that's a huge question. Make no sense at all. Pay Debo and all is good. It'll be a big mistake to get rid of Debo for real. And, just like they could be in Green Bay, watch. You just got rid of Aaron Rodgers' main target. Aaron Rodgers didn't give a damn about Lazard. Every now and then he threw the Valdez-Scantling and Lazard on occasion, but only when he was forced to. But all day long, where is he? Bam, where is he? Lazard, I'm open! Good. Devontae. It's a waste. Quarterbacks do this. When they know somebody whoever puts the butter on their bread, that's what they're going to steal with. That's just the way it is. Daryl says, I'll be like Tampa. Give me 5 first-round picks for Debo and nothing less. Thanks, Gerald. And Gerald said, we just did that one. You talking about that one? We just did that. Is there another one? All right. We got that. Okay. Gerald, thanks, fam. And here he is. It's Chardol. Chardol.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Chardol.
I love your YouTube channel, and you make some great content out here, man. I really love everything you do.
Thanks, Chardol. And I appreciate it.
So I don't know why people are saying all this nonsense that Deebo Samuel is gonna get traded. I mean, can you just stop with all this, please? This is really getting on my nerves now. I mean, I just can't stop saying it. I mean, if you gotta trade somebody, trade Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the guy you gotta trade, not Deebo Samuel.
They've been trying.
Jimmy Garoppolo is so horrible, right? He's so bad. He's underrated, man. Everybody's been saying that over and over again.
Debo or Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Jimmy's got a 750 percentage, but he still sucks. But you know what? Okay, here's the thing. You know what? The thing with Debo is the only reason people are talking about him right now is because the fact that they're looking at him as a bad guy. You know what? We don't really know if the 49ers are being the bad guys. That's why I worry sometimes. While people are taking sides, we need to be, we need to wait a minute because later on we'll be saying things like, "Damn, Debo was in the right about that," and they still got rid of him. So you got to be,
Yeah, to me, because to me, when I look at the 49ers, they're not a bad team, and people keep putting them down like they're a bad team with all the injuries that they've endured through the season.
Shadow, that is bad though. I really wish we could stop getting hurt so badly. I don't
Yeah,
know why
like
we
I
got to
don't
get
like
so
injuries,
hurt.
man. I understand injuries. I understand that injuries are a phenomenal part of the game because it's football, right? People get injured a lot in these full contact sports like football, hockey, all these sports. It's just the way that the game is played.
Hockey.
I mean, you have to understand that. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
because
know
every
what?
sport you're gonna get injured, right? Like
Yeah,
you
just
are
thought
gonna
about something.
get injured
Do
some
hockey
type of
players? But hockey players get
injuries.
hurt. I just realized
Yeah,
they got a lot of
I've
gear on. They beat
yeah,
each other
but
up a
I mean
lot.
like
But
how
but go ahead.
so for the 49ers, how do you prevent injuries from happening? Because I just try to like not see anybody get injured, but like when you see it, it is definitely a sad moment to experience seeing your favorite player go down.
It cost us. You know what? It cost us the Super Bowl last year. Shut regardless of what they say about every player on the 49ers roster, injuries are what took us out again. If I all I needed was a healthy Trent Williams and a healthy Garoppolo, and that game with the Rams know it themselves. Jimmy beats the Rams in his sleep. But you know what? If you give the Rams a handicap, like Jimmy's all busted up, Trent Williams is all busted up. All right, I got people dropping interceptions. I got Cooper Kupp going wild where he used to not. Now it took all that for the Rams to beat the 49ers. And I got to feel the 49ers would have beat the Browns. They already beat them once during the year. So injuries do, more than anything else, cost the 49ers rings.
I mean, injuries are not like, because it is bad. But are there any tips to say that how we should not let
Can't prevent
injuries
it.
happen?
Can't prevent it. There's just nothing you can do. Because if there was, the 49ers would have did it by now. Charlotte, do you remember when they went out and got this new scientific team? Their whole approach was real scientific. 49ers playing Grand Theft Auto. And people came back, though. They used to go out and never come back. But they, at least from injuries, people were returning. I'll give them that much. There's a lot to say about flexibility and training. You can make your body to the point where it can endure these things a little better, but we never do.
I mean, for me, like when we're healthy and we got a healthy 49ers team, man, we could be unbeatable, man. We could do anything if we put our mind to it.
Absolutely.
Because do you believe in that mantra that if we, have a mindset and we just kind of set it and go out and execute, we can do anything, man. We could even win the Super Bowl if we want to.
Last year would have been easy, but no, we had the right people at the wrong time get hurt. So in 2020, we lost the whole damn roster. 2019 wasn't so bad, but you still lost a few people that you could have used. And maybe that would have made a difference. DJ Jones didn't play in the Super Bowl and some others as well, but
And
go ahead.
To me, as a 49er fan, remember when Jaquaski Tarr dropped that ball? And if he would have kept that ball in his hand and ran into the end zone and scored that touchdown, some big things would happen.
There was nobody in front of him for miles. He would have got a long way. And Jaquaski can fly. People don't know, but he's one of the fastest guys on the team. I don't know where he would have went, but he would have took the Rams completely out of that play because in the next play, the Rams went on to abuse us and get right into the end zone as soon as they got the ball.
Yeah, because
damn it.
Because I really wanted the game would have turned around completely if we would have held onto that ball, ran to the end zone, scored that touchdown. Everybody in the fans go crazy because they would just see somebody scored a touchdown and our hopes are coming alive. Like we might be able to make some miracle. We might be able to make some miracles happen here.
Well, history
Because I
says
love
no,
miracles,
no.
man. I mean, I'm a
I
fan
know.
of miracles, man. I love miracle moments.
You both.
I'm a 49er fan. I mean, I love to see
Shut
these
all. Here's a miracle.
awe-inspiring moments.
Wish for this miracle tomorrow that, for some reason, late night tonight, Debo gets signed.
And in the NFL draft, please think carefully who we draft, because don't draft some guy who has no experience in the league.
Shut all. None of those guys have experience in the league. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to wait till they get into the league. These guys are coming out of college. But Shardall, after next year, we'll be able to say we picked out another one. Shardall, every draft we pick out at least 2 or 3 guys that are shockingly good. So we can look forward to that. And they got 9 picks this year.
In the draft, who are we looking for? Who do we need the most? Like, what positions do we need the most? Like, do we need like any running backs, any safeties, any
But
stuff like that?
We're always going to get a running back, offensive lineman for sure. But we get a wide receiver and a running back every year, no matter what else we get. So anyway, Shardall, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you Wednesday, and let's see what happens between now and then. It should be night of fun and good.
Hey, Ronbo, I really love coming on your YouTube channel, and you slay the show every day. You get many great callers on your show. They love to hear all these takes from all these different people. But I'll see you on Wednesday, and we can talk more football then on Wednesday.
Looking forward, Shardall. Have a great night, my man.
See ya.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
And let's segue out of it. Hey, Tony.
Bravo.
Tony, come on in here, man. Because,
what is going on?
I tell you, and this is the point I was worried about. And I've been worried about this for a couple of weeks, as I said, well, I know they're going to get this done soon. And, as we sit here and speak, our main man on the wide receiver room is still saying, look, y'all, I'm not going to be showing up there tomorrow, risk getting hurt, anything like that. You have to understand, I'm in a contract negotiation, and I understand that. I really do, Tony. From a business perspective, he's absolutely right. He has no business being at camp tomorrow. He could do like McLaurin, though, and just show up in goodwill and hang out. You ain't got to do no work. Stay out harm's way, So we got.
Y'all got 10 days, Ronbo. 10 days.
I know, man. Oh God!
Work on the deal. Get the deal done. You got 10 days. Hopefully, you can have it done by this weekend. But Ronbo, I was in the chat talking to Niner by Nature, and I proposed this question to your Niner Empire. I said, what if I named Detroit, the New York Jets, the New York Giants, and New Orleans? Yeah. I said, those 4 teams have 2 first-round picks. I said, what if they offered y'all one of those first-round picks and their second-round pick for Debo, which I'll trade them? Only Niner by Nature responded to my chat. He said, yeah.
See,
nobody else responded to it.
See, some people think that you could just do better by subtraction. I have never believed in that concept. You get better by you need to add. Don't be subtracting. So getting rid of Debo is not a good direction. You're asking for trouble. I got a quarterback coming in that's going to need all the help he can get. Contrary to what people believe, Trey Lance is not going to come in and just set the league on fire, especially you take any weapons away from him. He needs all the help he can get, So taking taking Debo away from him is just the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Agreed.
Ooh.
These next 10 days are going to be crucial, hopefully y'all can get the deal done. And I pray that y'all get the deal done. I'm just wondering what's going to go on next because I hear Carolina thinking about Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the funny thing is, you never hear a word from any of their people. You always hear from the media. This is why I know Carolina is not looking at Jimmy. They said Carolina's done their homework. Carolina's done this. Carolina's done that. If the 49ers were dealing with anybody, nobody's going to know about it. One thing we do know about the 49ers,
Exactly.
I didn't even know. Okay, DeForest Buckner, this is why you need to keep relaxed with the 49ers. If you have any kind of conditions, you need to probably blank out during this time of season because the 49ers will tell you in a heartbeat like they did DeForest Buckner that year. DeForest Buckner has been traded to the NFC. Goes, what? Wait, what? You know, I said, what? You get the what moments with the 49ers, you know? I was also
You found out after the fact.
Yeah. I was trying to remain braced when George Kittle, because, man, you know, George was the face of the 49ers, right? And they was talking about his contract. I said, man, damn. Jesus Christ. If George leaves, what we going to do? You know?
And Ronbo, I was in my chat tonight. I was telling people, I said, because a couple of them in the chat was talking about Malik Willis. I said, I'm going to tell you guys for the last time, we are not drafting Malik Willis. It is a smoke screen. I said, look at what we did defensively. We picked up Joe Carter and linebacker. We got our back seven is good. We are drafting defensive tackles and defensive ends.
Tony,
which is what we
everybody,
need.
including you, has told people there are no first-round quarterbacks in this draft. If you go up there and you get one, you might as well just resign because you just got shot. You know?
Yep. That's just Malik Willis. So it's not happening.
And he's the best one of the bunch. Now, what does that tell you?
I don't think he's the best one of the bunch.
Well,
I don't. And Ronbo,
he's projected as the best. You know?
He's only 6 feet tall. He's gonna get a lot of passes batted down.
I know, right?
A lot of them.
Him and Kyler Murray. So, you know.
Yep. And then they were talking about Malik Willis this, Malik Willis that. And they said, Malik Willis, he's going to do better than Doug Flutie. I said, Malik Willis or Kyler Murray can't carry Doug Flutie's jockstrap.
It's pretty funny.
Doug
Doug's
Flutie was
name
very
come out
successful.
Hey, Doug is the first of that kind, actually. And in the size and everything.
Yeah, success, though. He was successful in the NFL, though.
Yeah, well, because Doug could work from the pocket, you know?
Yep.
So, you know, that's pretty funny. I forgot all about Doug and the quarterbacks we got
I still
nowadays.
think you guys, I really believe, Ronbo, and I'm not saying trade Debo. I got a funny feeling that the Jets have been on the phone talking to the 49ers. They got those two first and second.
They're talking right now. The 49ers aren't fooling me. They'll never fool me again. Because I didn't know India was on the phone with them before DeForest Buckner said good night. I said, what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then you got the Giants, and then you got New Orleans with those two first rounders now. You just never know.
You know, Falcons might be calling for him as well. Can you imagine you guys and Cardero and Debo? God. Oh, my Lord.
We got too many needs. I don't see that because we need defensive line help bad. We got 2 seconds and 2/3. I want us to trade down from our first rounder. I don't know if we are not, but we should. Like I've been preaching to get that extra first round pick next year, so then we can draft our quarterback. And I already know.
And not with Marcus Mariota at quarterback.
Oh, I forgot about that. You know what though?
We got him. He's a bridge.
You know
I like
what?
Marcus Mariota.
But I just
I want us to draft our quarterback next year.
Well,
I want that kid out of Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
See what Mariota looks like. Maybe all he needed was a change of scenery. You know what, though?
And he played with Arthur Smith at Tennessee.
Right? You guys just need defense, basically. The Falcons are always going to score. You know, that's just the nature of your team is you guys score. And this goes all the way back even before Julio showed up. You know, and Julio's been around for a long time. But the Falcons always kept our offensive weaponry. So, you know, it was about stopping the other team.
Yeah, if we'd have stopped the other team, we'd have had a Lombardi with 4 minutes to go. Yeah.
I know, right? Well, but, also, look at us with 6 minutes to go against the Chiefs.
Yeah. Ready to go was not in the chat, Ronbo, when you said we don't have ready to go. A minute after you said it, he came into the chat, and that's when I went breach. The chat has now been infected.
Ready to go. You can get ready to go. You can get ready to go now if you want to. Ready to go is people are going to think he's a plant at some point. You know, put him in there for entertainment purposes.
Yes, sir. And just remember what I said, Ronbo. Jalen Ramsey, he's gonna get all these new receivers coming to the league, and what T. Higgins did to him in the Super Bowl. Jalen Ramsey is overrated.
God, I enjoyed that. And it took his face and threw him onto the dirt.
Yep, he's all mouth. The various White, the corner at Buffalo's better than him. Patrick Surtain in Denver's better than him.
Yeah.
That other corner,
Jalen, I tell you something,
Denver's better than him.
Jalen's getting old right in front of us. Jalen's getting old right in front of us. Jalen doesn't feel like playing no more. You can tell. So there are times he takes plays off. There are times he just dazzles, but he's not like he was a few years ago. So
No.
Anyway.
Jalen Ramsey's a good corner, but he's not a great player. He is not. And they said that he is.
He couldn't be on my team. The first time he slapped
not a great player.
No, and the first time he slaps one of his teammates, Jalen, come here, let me talk to you a minute. Go take a shower, put your clothes on. I'll be in a minute to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk about anything else. Go. That's just outrageous in front of all those people.
Yep.
Hey, Tony, let's get together Wednesday again. Appreciate you know this. Look forward to talking to each and every show.
And I'm still looking at prospects. I'm going to be sending you some more midweek.
Good. I can't wait because I'm boning up on everything. Like some of these names and players and what they've been doing is amazing. So,
yes, sir. And remember, there's only 32 slots, people. Everybody can't get drafted in the first round. There's plenty of talent.
Fourth, third, fourth. Some talent's going to fall all the way down to the fourth round. You know this. Because like you said, teams are building depth with this draft this year. Not necessarily super studs. So, from what I'm hearing.
Sir.
All right. Tony, have a great night.
Shout out to you and shout out to production. And ready to go somewhere. Take care, sir.
Night, Tony. It's the dual Tony attack. Tony!
Ronbo.
Tony, we've gotten to the point now we've reached the crossroad where there's no turning back. Debo, if he doesn't show up tomorrow, and I know he's not going to, that's going to make the picture clear as to what to expect in the days going ahead. Tony, your feelings on this and everything else is being predicted. Doomsday has arrived, Tony.
Well, I want to stir the pot tonight, Ronbo.
Please. You want some salt and pepper? Yeah, I'll put that in there.
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead.
All right. Debo. What pick was Brandon Ayuk, Ronbo? 25th.
Oh, we got him. I knew we got him at the end of the round, toward the end. 25. Okay. Go ahead.
First round pick.
We drafted up to get him, too.
All right. Did he go in the dog box with Shanahan?
Did he go in the doghouse with him?
Yeah.
For a little while, yeah. This year, yeah. He was.
Okay.
And Tony, also amplifying the part where he was clocked at a certain speed in practice, and that rubbed Shanahan the wrong way. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That made me laugh so hard.
Debo?
Debo, second round pick.
Second round pick, 36th overall. All right. Now, you're Kyle Shanahan, and you finally get to talk to Debo. And you say, Debo, you ain't acting right, my man. What's going on? All right. Brandon Ayuk, where is he?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he? He's out there training his ass off with Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
First round pick. You're a second round pick. What am I supposed to do with this now?
Mm-hmm. What kind of example are you setting? You've been around for how long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with it? He's acting right. He didn't take off any of social media, nothing, blah, blah, blah. He's keeping his mouth shut. He's out there training his ass off. What are you because you went out and bought yourself a big-ass medallion, put it around your neck, now you think you're the boss? And then what happens, right?
Yeah.
First day or second day on the draft night,
yeah.
49ers receive a first-round pick and second-round pick for this year and another second-round pick for next year.
Oh.
And trading Jimmy Garoppolo and Deebo Samuel to the
Wait, that's not enough for both of them. Wait, I got to get more than that for both of those guys. I got to need another second-round pick added to that mix in, and a third.
And they walk off into the sunset together holding hands.
It's not impossible, you know. I don't know if stranger things have ever happened, as usually what you follow that up with, but it ain't impossible. Because, you know, at some point, because the 49ers, at some point, they're going to have to go ahead and redesign this offense, right? So and maybe now is as good a time as any. Like somebody said, we'll accept next year of sliding into 2023 as long as we look like we're doing the right thing. And we make further adjustments in the 2023 season. You know, I don't want to do that, but I can see where that could be possibly on the case.
Yeah, but you can also see, you know, that scenario with Debo and Ayuk. You know, like Ayuk's out there training, and Debo's jumping up and down like a little girl. But
worse than that,
we don't
Tony,
know what Shanahan.
But you heard what was
Shanahan's
I don't even know
thinking.
about it. But you heard what Bethel said yesterday, right? Bethel said about that, as far as working out with Trey, he says, "Listen, I'm not coming to California. They want to work out. They got to come out here to me." Ooh, D, no, you didn't. You didn't say that, did you really? I'm holding out hope that Debo didn't say that. Somebody misquoted him, but somebody said he said that in an interview. Bethel said he was heard saying that in an interview or something. I've been searching. I haven't seen anything.
No.
That is the worst thing he could do and say.
And as far as Jimmy goes, Jimmy, you know, was out there. They would have interviewed him. And then went and watched the golf and hit a few golf balls off the driving range, and then went to Hooters. Took a picture with some girl there.
You love Jimmy.
Checking out the talent. So, you know.
If I knew Jimmy, we'd be hanging out all the time, man. The dude kills me, man, because like Jimmy's so laid back and cool. The dude is, you can tell when he smiles, he's kind of evil. You know. Why do I need to get caught at Hooters, Jimmy? And what was with hanging out with the porn star out in public? Jimmy's.
Hey, if he got, like you said, he was out with a porn star. What's Hooters? Hooters, nothing. You know what I mean?
Comparatively, but you know, Jimmy's
he's not in a sling. You know what I mean? His arm's not in a sling, or he's going to be ready to rock and roll. Right?
He's probably ready now.
Yeah.
Tony, this is why I'm convinced that the 49ers are pulling a number on everybody. Jimmy's not going anywhere.
You never know. You never know. We don't know. You know, they always pull a rabbit out of the hat, you know, right at the last minute. Right
Always.
At the last minute. But,
like the DeForest Buckner thing, I still haven't gotten over. I still can't believe that day's news. Left me traumatized.
And the thing that killed me with D-Buck was that he wasn't an injury-prone player, too.
God, he's just the exact opposite. He never got hurt.
That's what I'm saying.
Ever.
He wasn't an injury-prone player, and we gave him away. Yeah, we keep, you know, bloody hiring these players that get injured and hoping they'll come back and things like that. So,
and every last one of them get hurt. Every last one of them, Tony. We don't have anybody on the offense that's not gotten hurt. We don't even do that well with the defense. They get hurt too.
Yeah. The other thing with Debo is, what do you call it, bloody agent, is there was another player, wide receiver, that signed with another team. And, you know, the 49ers could throw that at him and say, well, you got the same agent as this guy. You know, he didn't do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the GO? I mean, I don't know. Shanahan's a funny guy. You know that, man. If he gets the shit.
I love the way you talk about him, too. Tony's been working Shanahan for over a year.
If he gets the shits with Debo, he could actually ruin him. He could say, look, you're still under contract. You're not going nowhere, and I'm going to sit you for a year.
You know, that's the thing that worries you the most. Okay, somehow we weather the storm. Debo doesn't leave, but he's not happy. So how hard is he going to play? Is he going to be disgruntled? Tony, I can't really play him because in the back of my mind, I know that he's pissed off and his mind's not on the game.
That's right. And, if you sit him for 12 months, maybe they might say, well, how long is he going to be able to handle sitting on the sideline before he wakes up to himself and says, all right, coach, all right, I was wrong. Let's start again. I'll take what you're going to give me. Just give me the goddamn ball. I want on the field.
because Tony, next year his contract expires, and so he'll be a free agent. So he said, "Okay, you guys want to play this game? I said, let's go, coach. I'm ready to play. I'm serious. I'm ready to play." And then Debo just tears up, right? And now we can't pay him enough because somebody will outbid the 49ers next year as the 49ers attempt to franchise tag him, maybe, but probably not. And then of course, goodbye Debo, and
Well, the other thing is we've got a quarterback that can reach out far with the ball. So as long as you can run fast and be open, we can still get it to guys that want to score touchdowns.
Yeah, that's
you know what
true.
I mean? They could look at it from a number of ways, but I was thinking about it and I thought, hang on a minute, Brandon Ayuk is a first-round pick, Debo's a second-round pick, and Brandon's out there busting his chops.
Yeah. But remember, Brandon's not in a contract here. I really wonder what he'll be like when his time comes, too. Because I don't know if Debo's acting unusual. I kind of think this is what guys do.
Jack
in
said,
position.
Ronbo, if you think of it from a professional standpoint, do you actually really want all these dramas in your building? I mean, we always talk about dramas.
And Tony, get ready next year and the year after. This is what happens when you draft well and players stay with you. If you got mercenaries like the Rams do, it actually makes it easier. You can tell them good night when they come in there saying, all right, so what am I getting this year? You're getting nothing more than you got last year, and thank you very much. Tony, we got to go. We got to have you knocking out my side over here.
Watch out for the Jimmy and Debo trade together.
Combo trade. Biggest trade in 49er history. Oh, God. Anyway, Tony, I'll see you Wednesday, huh?
All right, brother. Shout out to everybody, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Great day,
Cheers,
Tony.
mate.
Cheers. And the Big Show says, see, this is why, Big Show's not going to let these things go. If you're talking about somebody that's not worthy, Show's going to come up with numbers and facts. He's going to lay them on you, and he doesn't care where it is. Christian Watson led the wide receivers with a 12.7% drop rate. Kyle is not going to like that. And if that's true, oh my goodness. That's up there. So if he does that at the college level, what's he going to do at the pro level with a little more intense defensive backs on him? I know Casey's a Christian Watson fan. Hey, Casey.
Yo, Ronbo, I'm with the passenger. Ronbo, can you come back to me?
Okay, we can do that. All right.
Thanks, bud.
All right, fam. And Naj, I met Naj on Twitter today. It's Naj, Ronbo. It's gonna be all right. Naj, come on in, man. Naj. Naj passes out a lot. Emilio.
What happened?
Emilio, you know what's happening, man. Tomorrow is a first day workout, right? So I figured things be ironed out by now. They ain't gonna be ironed out. The laundry's wrinkled up as can be. Ain't gonna be no smoothness. And the media does. It's expected that AJ Brown and McLaurin and Debo are said to probably. McLaurin's going to show up. The Washington Commanders guy's going to show up, but Brown and Debo don't expect him to show nobody nothing on Tuesday. I said, here we go. Get it, media. Get it, media. You damn it. I don't even need to know that. So,
I told you, hey, he could be an a-hole when he leaves. Go ahead. Don't show up. Keep doing what you're doing. I told you he has no leverage, Ronbo. He's gonna fuck himself over. He's gonna be one upset receiver at the end of the day. Cut that out. But hey, you learn your lesson the hard way. So we talk about Buckner, right?
Yeah.
He traded him. What a surprise. But yet, he's been playing his ass up, but what the hell has the coach done since he's been there?
Never gets
He's
hurt.
been playing his ass up, but you got to realize the coach is just, they can't even find a quarterback. So,
Indy?
you might not be happy where you end up, buddy. You keep playing Russian roulette over there. He's not going to be happy where he ends up because the Niners not going to send you where you want to be. They don't do that unless they get off with something. We're like, hey.
You don't think he's going to like Zach Wilson? Because I know Tyreek.
I don't think so.
I mean, Tyreek's with Tua.
I don't think so. He's going to be very unhappy. He's going to be like, damn, what did I do? So, I told you, he has no leverage whatsoever. But if he keeps playing with fire, he's going to realize how real the NFL can really be.
Yeah, you know. What would you have him to do, though? What does he need to do? Because we don't know what the contract looks like. What do you think?
He just needs to show up. Show that you want to be here. Show that you want to get paid. Show up. That's all you need to do. Simple.
Yeah.
You're in the contract
like tomorrow, you mean,
You're still in the contract. Yeah, show up. What was that? You said Fly Guy was the one that said about that whole Debo thing?
Yeah, him having breakfast with Mike. I didn't even know about that.
Well, he didn't say that. He just said, I'm in Miami. I saw the interview. He said, I'm in Miami. This is where I train. I'm not going to go to California to train because this is where my family and everybody else is at. That's what that was. He didn't say, I'm not coming in. He wasn't coming to me because I'm Debo. No, he just said, I just came in Miami in the offseason is what I do. There's an aspect out there. So they named all the guys that are over in LA with the Trey. He just said, no, I just came down here in Miami. It's where I'm at. He just, they train in LA. I don't train in LA. It's just in my off season is where I'm at. Where my family's at. That's all that is. He just
Fly Guy, I can't wait to see you again, Fly Guy. See, you made Debo look like a bad guy. You made him look like an unnecessary.
I saw the interview when he first said it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I think he put a little too much on it. It wasn't all that.
But Fly Guy didn't make it hilarious. Yeah, they got to come to me if they want to practice. I ain't coming to them.
Debo's not, and I'm gonna tell you, Debo's not at that level where you can say that anyway. And if he did, he'd be a little double the top.
That is true, ain't it? That's why I was shocked. What? So
he's not there yet. Unless he was Jerry Rice and T.O. and all that. I'm sorry, go ahead. He's got a reason to talk, man. We're a little too far ahead of his game, buddy. One season, we're going to try to think again. We're all high and mighty. You're not there yet.
Well, because I just don't want to see a whole lot. If OTAs and he skips out, those are very important for Trey. Extremely important. And Debo's not there on the receiving end.
Yeah, and you can do it. I told you, I like Debo, but to me, I think him and Ayuk have better chemistry. So I think Ayuk is gonna take flight in his third year. He's gonna do his thing. So Debo, you keep doing what you're doing. I think he's gonna be very upset. He might not get the ball as much. So I think it's going to be a hell of a duo.
Can you imagine Debo on the sideline doing a AB or a Michael Crabtree or something like that? I can't imagine that. That would just make me crazy. Oh, my God.
Hey, you've seen they all done it. Crabtree was the last one that did.
DK
and
Metcalf.
He was a very upset guy, too.
Man, there's nothing worse than a wide receiver cutting up on the sideline because they ain't throwing the ball to him. It makes him look so bad.
That's why I say Debo needs to cut it out. But hey, each his own. He wants to do it. Like I said, if he's doing it, fine, whatever. But hey, if you're not producing, it's just a waste of time. You acting all the day. He can try all he wants, but if he's producing that, I don't give a damn. Yeah.
Well, I really do want to see what that contract looks like that they're talking about. I don't. When these guys don't want to sign the contract, I always want to know why. I'm pretty sure it's not the volume of money. There's something else in that contract.
No, it's a guarantee. He wants more guarantee. That's what I've been a lot new contracts nowadays. it's about the guarantee. It's not how much they said. Let's say it's 20 million, 25.
Yeah.
And it's not guaranteed. It's just if he gets hurt, he wants more guaranteed money.
And it's written up so if you get hurt later on, we got it so we can void this contract.
Pretty much that's what he does. I want my guaranteed money.
Yeah.
You got to think of it. They got to be in those situations because what D4 did. He got paid and then he got hurt and they couldn't. That's why he's still on the roster.
And D did it the perfect time too.
They don't want to deal with that again.
I know, but D came at the perfect time. Debo's not in a perfect situation because we got wide receivers. DK, we didn't have an edge rusher yet. We hadn't drafted Nick just yet. And D sitting up there, y'all know who I am, right? You know I don't do for no stuff. Y'all need me more than I need you. Okay, well, what are we going to do here? And then that's when the contract got stupid. Dang!
You got to realize the 49ers don't want to get in that predicament, and they don't. So if they guarantee money, they want to know you're reliable. You see, Kittle has been doing his thing. You know, he's not doing the yards, but at least he's still reliable. He's on the field. You know, doing his blocking so he get his yards.
And that's what matters first.
And then you look at you look at Forrest. As soon as they move, he wasn't doing too hot in the beginning of the season, and they move on Armstead to his position, and then Fred Warner started flourishing. So you got to realize this. These guys have been doing it for a while, not just 1 year. So you got to produce for another year. Give me another year. I keep saying, give me another year.
And
I don't mind paying people.
Next year.
I want people to get paid.
There you go.
I want people to get paid.
Well, we gonna go.
But you get
before production starts knocking me out. And I'm going to look for you Wednesday, and Debo's going to have signed that contract.
No, I doubt it. I don't see him signing anything. Not if it's not more guaranteed money. No, I don't see him signing anything.
Woo! All right, Phil.
I don't even want him. I don't want the 49ers to give him a contract now. No, wait another year. He's still on the contract. You don't need to extend him. For what? Yeah. Let him play out his contract.
Yeah. Well,
that's just me, but the 49ers gonna do what they want in this day.
Yeah, this is every team does this, so nothing unusual. But anyway, fam, we'll see you Wednesday.
All right. You have a good night, sir.
You too, fam. Yeah, at some point, the owners ought to negotiate and say, we always renew contracts a year in advance for various reasons. We should also have the option of, at the end of that player's contract, if we're still in negotiations, they have to be resolved. See, that because you notice how people play their ass off in the contract years, and then the next year you look like they fall back down to earth. Even Russell Wilson did not look that good after that contract he signed. Actually, last year, Fred Warner looked a little different. But for Fred's case, Fred tries so hard to improve that I think he played himself by overthinking every play. Hey, Ellis.
What's up, Alan? Ronbo be like, Ronbo, you be like, hey. You be checking out that name to make sure you get that name right out so you don't call somebody else's name. I know you.
It's so funny because I'm always channeling my little brother. When we grew up, Keith used to have a stammer that used to make me, I used to laugh because, as children, you don't know no better, right? And we used to sit there and imitate him as he was talking. Every time I think about how he used to stammer, I do that. His eyes are shut and especially at the dinner table. You, mama?
Right.
He changed topics because he couldn't get that out, What he was trying to say is I took the last chicken leg and he didn't have but one. Keith, I'm thinking about you.
It's mine.
Hey, Ellis, man, here we go. It's just like tomorrow is a day that matters, and we have not completed business with Debo. So, it's uncomfortable. Even though it's a voluntary workout and he didn't have to show up if he didn't want to anyway, but still, it sets a precedence. Is he going to be around for OTAs? Are the 49ers going to stop with this? I'm a little worried.
Shit, where they going to get the money?
The money's on the table. I guarantee you they got enough money. I still think it's something to do with language in the contract. I really do. And like Emilio
Guarantee.
said, it's about that guarantee. I'll bet you that's it.
Yeah. You know, these kind of things get shaky, man. It you see the character, you see the true intentions. I mean, it's, you know, Debo's looking out for himself, and the Niners are looking out for the best interests of the team.
Have to.
You know, and the organization and the money. So, you know, you're on two different sides of the spectrum, and meeting at the middle. At times it can be impossible. You know, just because sometimes one side may want more than, you know, there is available, and the other side may not want to give the full amount, you know, and you know, really meet at the middle between both sides. And so it's going to be a hard task, I think, for the Niners, even just to make up for, you know, like how Debo's giving off this energy. I know there's other guys, you know, calling out, not going to workouts. DK's going to work out. You know, DK is taking a different approach, and I think that's good for him because, you know, it's showing that he still wants to get the workout in. Even in some people just want to work out. They love the game so much they love to play ball. You know, it's like I don't even care what's going on with the money thing. The money is going to play itself out no matter what. But I still want to continue to work on my craft. I want to run routes. I want to hang out with my teammates and my, you know, the guys as much as I can, whether I'm going to be here or not. You know, DK still knows he's going to get paid. And I like that approach that he's taking because at the end of the day, it's about the sport that you came here to play. These guys are in a privileged position. Debo's kind of setting the tone that, you know, he's going to be reluctant into still having that same hunger, that same devotion to the sport and to his teammates that he did when he first got into the league, you know, and got this privilege, you know, and he's looking at the money first. I mean, you know, I keep hearing guys talk about, I was listening to, and shout out to Dion. He ain't been here in a minute. I've seen him. He bounces around. I know he does content or whatever, but he was on another show, and I was just listening to him try to advocate for Debo. And I'm thinking like, man, you know, $25 million is a lot of money. And I know I said it before, but it's like when you're at 15 and up, $1 million a year, you know, 17 and up, $1 million a year negotiations. It's kind of like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? Well, why is it, you know, why is that going to just be the only thing, the end all be all, as though it's going to be the last time? I mean, unless he doesn't plan on playing football much longer, then I can see why maybe he's trying to get that, or if he's looking like, you know, I maybe only want to do this another, you know, 6-7 years and just get out of here. You know what I mean? And just have a little 10, 11-year stint. You know, we don't really know what Debo's intentions are and what he wants to do long term. At the end of the day, though, you know, we want to get the bang for our buck. We want to get as much as we possibly can. Now, I know DeForest Buckner said he was willing to take 19 or something like that. He was willing to. He didn't need the 21.
Would not negotiate beyond that set number. If that's true, I'm kind of mad at the 49ers about that too. If he was going to be a little flexible, damn it, Niners, one more million makes that much difference to you. God.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think considering the fact that we had, you know, other guys that they were thinking about down the line, we were going to be needing to pay, and if it was a between him and Eric Armstead, and you know, by Armstead being able to move around and play a little bit of other positions, he kind of had a little bit more to offer in one aspect than Defoe, you know, because Defoe was more or so playing the one, you know, set position, and he wasn't really able to move around as much as you know, as Armstead.
Hey, Ellis, by the way, just to give a shout out to Eric, I think Eric would have played for less. I think he took the first offer the 49ers gave him, and the 49ers must have been scared or something that they might not want to sign. Eric Armstead loves the Bay Area. He's got foundations going on and everything else. I don't think the 49ers had paid him. I mean, Eric said, I'll take it, but I mean, I don't think he was like, I need millions upon millions upon millions, you know? He just got to restructure, too.
Yeah, and shout out to him for doing that. You know what I mean? I think it just ended up working out, you know. But anyway, I just feel like this could definitely go in a direction of where it's going to be hard to repair kind of the tension and stuff like that, if it continues to get out of hand any more than it already has, especially considering Debo saying he's getting threats and all this other shit. You don't really hear too many guys talking about that. I know A.J. Brown was saying something about, oh, now I'm not a good teammate and this, that, and the other. So there's rumors and stuff floating around about him.
Yeah. Well, Debo, but it's still at the same time, Debo needs to know that wasn't 49er fans. Ready to go? You probably sent Debo a note. I know you.
he said no. He said y'all, like he's talking about all of us. I'm like, man, come on now. I know you got to be smarter than that. You know what I mean? But again, we got the draft coming up, and these guys are going to hold out as long as they can. I mean, George didn't do it, and Fred didn't do it. But did we pay them after? We paid them just after the.
Yeah, they paid them.
Okay. And they came in and they practiced and they worked out with the team.
Well, not George. George had the COVID year was right. Nobody was coming out to the field. Nobody's working out. So George was at his own home gym. Remember? So I wonder if George would have still came out during that time he was negotiating his contract as the most versatile player in football, let alone tight end.
Yeah, see, that's a question that we'll never be able to, we'll be able to get an answer to. But, I just hope that Debo doesn't allow things to get too far out of hand and push himself away too much because, as a fan base, we love the player. We want to love the person too. You know what I mean? And these kind of things can show a little bit of character flaws in the person of an individual who doesn't want to put the team first. I'm not mad at him for saying, I want my money and I'm not going out. My thing is, you want to, had he not really said anything up until this point and he just maybe said he wasn't going to show up, it might have been a little bit better. You know what I mean? But he's taking in the noise and he's making noise at the same time. So he's not really taking the approach that he should be as a professional. And now he's going to learn a lesson from this, and he might be getting some bad advice. Like I said, he's got the homies around him talking, saying whatever in his ear. Yeah. I'm sure he's talked to E-Man Sanders. You know what I'm saying? He's close to him. He's close to Kendrick. Yeah. So I just hope that he, doesn't get too far gone because, we may not get Debo. We may not be able to keep him because, like you were talking about earlier, if he starts acting a certain way, on the field, or he's, Kyle seeing that he doesn't really want to play or he's unhappy, then that would have been a pointless, continuation of keeping Debo and paying him for things to turn out like that. So they're going to have a major talk and figure out where his head is at and, his heart is at when it comes to the team and what he really wants to do, and they got to make the best decision for themselves and allow Debo to do what he feels like is best for him. If that's go to another team, man, and, get the highest ticket price you can get and it's out of our reach, then allow him to be able to, spread his wings and do his thing. You know what I mean?
And reciprocate by getting, they won't get Debo, but they'll get something they can work with. Else we're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you what. Wednesday, something's gonna develop between now and then because it seems like Debo's taking over the soap opera of the days of our lives. So by Wednesday it should be next chapter.
and him talking about he's not coming to Cali. He wants Trey and them to go out there and all that other shit. That's too much, Debo. You acting. That's spoiled. That's real childish. That's not a very mature approach to it. You know what I mean? He should be at least working out and showing up.
Emilio just said he saw that interview. Emilio just alluded to it. His family was out. I think that was misinformation by Fly Guy who manufactured that. Good. He's out in Miami because his family's out there. So yeah, he hadn't said that yet.
Well, he's buying a house out there and stuff like that. But yeah, right on. Peace and love, brother Ronbo. Right. Hit that like and subscribe, man. You know where you at, y'all. Shout out to the Niners faithful, man. Love all y'all.
Thanks, Zealous. Appreciate your fam. Shout out to that squad too. All right.
Yeah, Rudy changed his shirt and ready to blow and marketing slow. Y'all got a front row seat, man. Anytime to the game, man. Peace.
Peace out, fam.
Go Niners.
And Bethel.
Hey, Rumble.
Bethel, here we are. We could have skipped Debo conversations for a little bit, but then I just realized tomorrow is symbolic of what is taking place. If Debo doesn't show up tomorrow, that means he's standing hardcore. Look, guys, I'm serious. I'm not going to risk my body out here until I get paid. Now, he has the right to do that. I can't even get mad about that.
Yeah.
What I'm upset about is the fact that things have come to this. I don't want him missing anything because he's unhappy about his salary. Man.
Yeah, because he could go and he don't have to work out. He could just go and be there as a captain, and show support for his teammates.
Yeah, just in good faith, just to let everybody know. Look,
yeah,
I'm here, guys, but I want to get involved. But you understand, I got to stay out of harm's way until we get that contract negotiated and fixed up. And they'll understand. I'd understand that,
Yeah. So it just, something that, things are happening, and
Ellis, are you drinking?
And one thing,
Ellis, Bethel, are you drinking? Did I hear you belching?
No, no, it was soda. It was soda.
Don't worry, we've all had that.
I don't drink.
Good beer.
I don't drink that. That was good soda.
All right.
No, there's one thing that I heard. They were interviewing Mike Irvin, or not, Emmitt Smith actually, and I guess they told them if Debo wants to get a good contract, what he should say. Why doesn't he have those big old stats like the other football players? And he said, "Oh, he doesn't have those big football player stats because he doesn't have a good quarterback throwing to him the ball. Look at Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to number 17. Patrick Mahomes throwing."
Who said that? Debo ranked in the top. Debo, I don't know.
It was Emmitt Smith that said that Debo would have had better numbers if he would have had a better quarterback. Yeah,
well, and he needs another OC as well, man. And then we'll see what happens. But the point is, he was like the most productive player we had on the team. So he does. Yeah. There's no need to talk about his production. He did a good job. He was the offense. You know? So, stats wise, Amari, and all those guys, Devontae and all those guys, they were the only guy that got the ball thrown to him, too. Tyreek Hill. And this has been going on for years, So.
And you actually gave a good example when you said that Aaron Rodgers seen somebody open and goes, "No, but I'm not throwing it to you. I'm throwing it to him." Yeah. That's what Jimmy did to Ayuk. He would see him open and he goes, "Nope, I'm throwing it to Debo." Throwing it to Debo.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, I used to think that if you're a wide receiver, you drop the ball on a quarterback a few times, he's not going to throw the ball to you. But Debo did drop the ball a few times. But you know what? It's still Shanahan says, get the ball to Debo. And then Jimmy's got to get the ball to Debo. And you remember Ayuk was in the doghouse at the beginning of the year. And it pissed him off. And him and Shanahan had words.
How about if it's the other way around? How about if he was in the doghouse with Jimmy? So that's why Jimmy didn't want to throw him the ball.
Oh, what do you mean, Ayuk? He may have.
Yeah.
But you know what's so funny?
Because remember the quarterback. Because the quarterback is the one that dictates who gets the ball.
Well, yeah. Okay, listen, how about the time that Ayuk got the ball deep downfield and dropped it, what should have been nearly a touchdown? You do that to a quarterback a couple of times and they're going to stop going to you until they get – because you figure Debo's been around a lot longer. Jimmy trusts him a lot more than he trusts Ayuk. I thought he was getting better with Ayuk toward in the second half of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's
but it all comes back to Jimmy.
This
is why I defend him. People crash and burn on Jimmy about every little thing. And we 2 out of 3 years, we did well. Now, I don't know if changing the makeup on that team is going to make us continue to do well, but I do know when Jimmy's on the field, for some reason, no matter what you want to put on it, the 49ers offense works.
Yeah, it does work. It just the thing is that there's a limit to what what you could do with Jimmy, because
right. Well, we're gonna see.
Yeah, and then plus, you know, a good quarterback always knows what to do, and a great example is the one that went to the Super Bowl. From the one that went to the Super Bowl. Look at what he did when he had to get out of the pocket and he had to make some plays. He got his team to make the plays that he had to get the win.
Wait,
That's what a good quarterback
does. Who are we talking about, though? Are we talking about who? Mahomes?
No, not Mahomes.
Who?
The one that went to the Super Bowl?
Stafford?
No, the other one.
Okay, there's been Brady, Stafford.
The one that tore his, I think his ACL from the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got me doing it.
There were times where people thought he was gonna get sacked and everything, and look at what he did. He got back up and he threw some throws. And why? Because he had that his friend, the right receiver, that he always had a connection to, and that made a big difference. That's why they got that far, because of him.
Well,
and he was a rookie. The wide receiver was a rookie.
Well, yeah, but Jamar Chase, I don't know. He may be a rookie, but he's one of the best in the league. So, okay, this is the thing. We'll find out, because people are putting a lot of faith in Trey Lance just lighting the league up next year. I think people should calm it down a bit. Trey's got a lot to learn. I don't know if he's just going to come in and just
I heard the rookie wide receiver that they're talking a bunch of shit about him, that Christian he was going to I think so, the one that they drafted.
Oh, wait, are you talking about Cleveland?
The one no, the one that the Bengals drafted.
Jamar
his
Chase.
Friend.
Jamar. That's Jamar Chase, yeah.
That they were talking about him, that he was gonna drop a lot of balls, that he was not gonna be a good wide receiver, that they should not even drafted him, and look at what he did.
Did people say that about Jamar Chase? I thought everybody wanted Jamar Chase in the draft. I know I did, but it's a dream. We were too far down in the draft. But anyway, we're gonna those, him and what's his name been playing for a long time. I don't know why people thought that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bethel.
But that's what people think about wide receiver when they talk shit. And look at he shut everybody up.
Yeah, quickly. He started off from the beginning. So, all right. Anyway, but Bethel, we're gonna go. Wednesday. Let's see what happens, and maybe our situation improves.
All right.
And yeah. All right, fam.
Hit that like, and let's go Niners.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Bethel.
All right. Good night.
And not so much cola. Look out.
All right. No, that's it's actually Sprite.
Bethel.
All right, Ronbo.
Hey, Bill.
Oh. All right, I've been waiting. I got just monkeys in the room. I took off for Easter. Had a good okay day.
Did you?
Relaxed a little bit. Popped up my feet.
Yeah.
Corrected somebody who told me the wrong thing, made me look like an idiot. Never listened to a Patriot fan. I should have knew not to listen to a Patriot fan. I had to correct him, and he didn't.
Okay,
he wasn't very nice.
But rank them though. Patriot fan versus a Cowboys fan. Which one's got the best sense?
Neither. They got lucky because of Brady. Brady's the only one that gave them the hope. But anyways, I'm gonna address. That was wrong. I looked into it. It's like, wow, and address marketing snowflake and Mr. Fruity. You guys, let me address something. All right, who would you guys pick between your greatest show on turf, the St. Louis Rams, versus your LA Rams? Who's the better team?
Can I? Oh, I'll answer. That greatest show on turf would have ate this Rams team up.
All right. How many Super Bowls did the greatest show on turf win?
They only won one.
How many more Super Bowls will this team win?
This one right here? Shouldn't have won this one. They're done. They'll be rebuilding in 2 years.
Yes, they will not win another. And you're all talking about a dynasty? Get out of here with that noise.
Need to stop.
If they don't listen to me, I brought something up on the table that you cannot argue. Please, give me a break. All right, you got lucky on one game that we owned you the whole time and saying you needed that game. That ain't going to be enough for you. All right, you ain't going to make it back. If you do, you'll suffer the same fate as your St. Louis Rams, and you will go into history as being only a team that wins one. While we go on to win 5 more. Yes, I said that. The Niners will have 5 before I hit retirement. Are you still there?
I'm listening. I'm enjoying this. And I say at least 2 to 3. And that goes to the Hawks. The Hawks are now through for the next 2 to 3 decades.
I trust our quarterback. I trust what we got. I trust the process. I have faith. We're the faithful for a reason. And that's something that the marketing snowflake and Mr. Fruity don't understand. They just want to buy into Hollywood. They took the paycheck, and they probably paid fans.
Hey, that's been proven already. The Actors Guild provides most of those fans, and they actually reserve seats for them. You know, it's already been said.
Well, at least they got the money. I mean, congratulations on your
great
paycheck.
Actors too.
Marketing Snowflake and Mr. Fruity, you got paid. You're a paid fan.
Rudy, are you getting paid? Rudy, I never thought about it. Rudy, wait, because you came out of nowhere all of a sudden because there was no such. It's just like it used to be hard to find a Clipper fan, and it was impossible to find a Rams fan, especially out of Los Angeles, because Los Angeles didn't have the Rams for up until recently, right? So this is funny.
Yeah, I would call him out if he was to sit there and try to smash my name. I ain't forgot. You know, I just been waiting. And I ain't going to address the other guy. He was probably paid too. So I ain't going to pay no attention to y'all. Yeah.
I forgot, Bill. I forgot you responded to those. Yeah, they did come at you, didn't they? I forgot. I was marketing pro and Bill, at least, you know that guy that Rudy had in that photo was wearing a 49er jersey, searching through 2 different lines, just waves of blue jerseys up above his head and below him. He's in there buried in there trying to find his size. I said, Rudy, oh my God. Did you? Oh.
That's a fake photo. That's a fake photo. I almost thought that was a Photoshop crop photo. Congratulations.
Oh, that was.
That's where your paid fanhood comes into effect. You can afford to do photoshopping. Okay, you got that money. Congratulations. I'm paying your nice producer on photoshopping that photo because there ain't no Niners going to go in there. No faithful fan going to go in there and become a Ram fan. You're dreaming. Get out of here with that. You know, I believe we're gonna have 5, and you know whether it be this year or next, we're gonna catch the league by storm. They're not gonna be ready because what are the Seahawks gonna do? Nothing. What are the Cardinals gonna do? They're gonna fall. Who's left after them? Nobody. And we own Aaron Rodgers and the Cowboys. We're gonna send them, make them memes again. Send them home crying. Who can compete in the NFC against us? Ronbo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
and
second
we're
all
going to need the Chiefs. They're falling into oblivion.
We just have to worry about the AFC West.
The Broncos, we own them. Come on.
Yeah.
Faith for a reason. Whether we keep Debo, whether he wants to stay, it's his choice. If he does, if he doesn't, it's up to him. We're going to do something. If I was him, I would stay and get a ring. A lot of rings. So he can actually, because I guarantee you, he'll make that money up on the commercials. Promise you that.
Oh, he's working with Old Spice. I don't know what they gave him, but it couldn't have been cheap. So,
no.
And more of those offers will come, too. Debo's got to keep winning. He knows that. He's got to stay with the team that's going to keep winning.
Right. And he can get some rings. So I'm not worried about Debo going anywhere. Y'all got to calm down. We're faithful. We're faithful, Ronbo. Get hyped. And let those clowns come up in here. Oh, by the way, run your circus, guys. Marketing fruitcake and all you guys, go ahead. Run your circus show. Come on. I'll play music for you next time. You want to come in with the intro? I'll come in with the intro. And it won't be a copyright. I'll play your favorite theme song, the circus theme song. Keep it up.
Well,
Come at me.
Bill.
I'll make you cry of the week.
Bill, they're probably going to now, but listen, Bill, we're going to go. And
I got somebody who wants to say hello to you and give a 49er shout out, and I'll see you Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. It must be Shania. Hi, Shania. You guys have a great night, and I can't wait to hear from you Wednesday. Shania and Bill.
Before you go, Ronbo, do me a favor.
What's that?
Keep the faith.
I promise. Night, fam. Oh, God. And Bebop Jones says, give Debo some chunky noodle soup. Hey, Casey.
Oh, what's up, Ronbo? Man, Ronbo, I just want to say, you know, I'm just trying to hit this 5-teamer tonight, Ronbo. I'm not very happy, man. I'm pretty upset with Colorado Avalanche tonight. So.
You laid some bets out there, didn't you?
Yeah, Ronbo, I laid the whole house on the.
You'll win it back. You know, these are those. You know, this is the ebb and flow of the gambling, man. You know, you got to be like, well, you got to sit at the table and start singing. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You got to count. And listen, Casey, you'll get it back, man. I predict before the end of the week that, Casey, you make a killing. Don't go with the Avalanche twice in 1 week, though. Case. Casey. Did we lose Casey? Or Case? You know, Casey's a driver, right? I just hope he didn't bump into something all of a sudden. Hey, let's go and check it. Case, I'll be back. Let's go back and check in on Nudge. Nudge! Nudge? Who's that? Is that Casey? Case, I'm glad to hear from you.
Ronbo, I'm so upset with T-Mobile and the Colorado Avalanche tonight.
Even T-Mobile's messing with you too, huh? Well, you know, you could be Debo sitting around there complaining about the fact that 49ers are trying to put things in the contract that you don't appreciate. Because I just know it's not the money. There's something else going on there. Guaranteed money, maybe.
Maybe it's because Debo's a running back too. Maybe there's some sort of language about, you know, ball carriers and, you know, different. Who knows, man? I mean,
hey, Casey, you know what? You just maybe if Debo says, "Listen, if I run over 500 yards, I want $2 million added to that," right? No, Debo, we're putting it. It's all right here. We're not. I mean, if you want incentive, we can maybe think. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know how, you know, everything's worded in the contract, but maybe maybe I don't know. Anyway.
You know,
I don't think, you know, I have this image. I have this very beautiful image of Debo hopping off the field on one leg. I don't think
he did do that last year. Remember? Or
yeah,
was that
I don't
George
think
Kittle?
he will leave the 49ers. No, I think Debo stays with the 49ers. I don't think they trade him.
Yeah, I'm thinking that way too. I can't imagine getting.
I mean, maybe they it looks like they'll probably franchise tag him, right? I mean,
well, there's no need to franchise tag him anyway because he's got another year left on his contract. What the 49ers did is they're the ones who said we want to extend Debo right now, you know, and
no, but you know what? Also, is I think when John Lynch said that about him and Bosa, yeah, I think when John Lynch said that about Debo and Bosa Thanos, was that he was kind of advertising.
Thanos.
He was advertising to say like, that's my favorite nickname, Ronbo. and I think he was saying it's like he's saying like everyone but these two, like come and get it, I don't know. I think he's really got his hand in the cookie jar this last year. He's been trying to finesse, he's trying to win the podium and things like that.
Yeah.
He's been doing his due diligence, and it's really just due diligence, Ronbo. Yes. I don't know what these guys are doing. I said it last night, man. They traded 3 first-round draft picks for a guy that couldn't buy a beer last year, Ronbo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, this guy can be a world beater in a few years, but for right now, you know what I mean? Like
it's always frightening to give up that many picks, though.
And like it makes me wonder, like, what were these guys smoking, Ronbo? Were they just like, on the plane in Mexico one day? Like, it would be a good idea.
We'll trade up 3. Because, quite frankly, Kyle was sick of Jimmy getting hurt. People think it's because Kyle doesn't like Jimmy's play. That wasn't it. He didn't. John Lynch clearly made it. He said it. He says, we don't want to look up if Jimmy gets hurt. We don't want to have to rely on the Nick Bosa's and the C.J. Beathard's. So we're gonna go and get us a quarterback. What ended up happening is the 49ers thought that they could get that deal for less. They called a lot of teams. They didn't start with number 3 on the draft board. They started lower, and everybody told the 49ers, get lost, we don't want to trade. And then they got up to the Dolphins. The Dolphins says, yeah, sure, what are you guys going to give us? Oh, we'll give you this. That's not going to be enough. Well, what about this? Nah, that's not going to do anything. You guys get serious. Let's say, all right, I'll tell you what, we'll trade our first with your first this year, and we'll give you 2 first-round picks for the next 2 years. Because Kyle's his whole career was hinged to Jimmy staying healthy, and Jimmy refuses to stay healthy. And if anything, I agree with people talk about Jimmy, because Jimmy's a good football player. I don't give a damn what anybody says. But what I do agree with is Jimmy and his ability to not avoid injury. Casey, if he doesn't get hurt, we won the Super Bowl this year. We would have definitely won the Super Bowl this year. No. He found a way to get hurt. So I have a problem with Jimmy G. That is it.
I'm not sure if I think Jimmy is really that much of like super injury prone, though. I mean, I just think
he gets hurt every year, though. Every year, and it's always
but I mean,
serious.
it's a tough position. I mean, like, I think actually, I think that Jimmy really showed a lot to me last year, and like showed like that he is tough.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, that was a good opportunity for him to go out there. Like, I mean, like, granted that last play was a real boneheaded, ugly play.
Yeah,
but for what it's worth, I mean, with the hurt thumb and the shoulder and stuff, I mean, he balled out in the playoffs for a few weeks there, man. He did pretty good.
No, as I'm saying, we were 3-5 down. Jimmy got hurt. I forget which game he hurt his hand in. I think it was that Tennessee, and then he got hurt. His shoulder got hurt.
Yeah,
and he was still out there. I used to think Jimmy might be a little soft, even me. And then all of a sudden, no, he stayed out there.
Same here.
Same
here, yeah. But, yeah. But anyway, Rumble, I'm just concerned with like the overall message for the team in the last like 2 years. I mean, it just doesn't seem like anyone's on the same page. I feel like before we know it, Elijah Mitchell will be doing like similar things.
I know, when it comes to money, that's what happens, Casey. When you win, the guys, especially the ones you drafted, they're going to be waiting for their payday when the time's up because they've been working hard to get that payday. And so all of a sudden when the time's up, they're going to do it.
And it just seems, too, that, like, the Niners have this, like, real notorious history of, like, writing their contracts out so that, like, people
get mad. Nobody ever says okay right away.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I don't think of Parag as his wizard, like everyone says. I mean, I don't know.
And we could stop blaming the players every year because it ain't always just them. I just don't believe that. So, in case we're gonna have to go, I'll see you Wednesday, okay? And hopefully by that day you'll have won your money back.
I know, right? I'm just trying to hit these little 7-teamers, Ronbo. I'm just trying to hit a little 10-teamer, man.
That start off, go little, and then take all that little the winnings and lay the big money down.
I know. People are telling me to just hit the ground balls and stuff. I want the grand slam, Ronbo.
You go, That's me. Every time I went out with my friends to Vegas or any place, I'm over on the slots. Where's Ron? Oh, Ronbo, man. Hey! You can't even play blackjack? I told y'all how I play blackjack, and you told me don't do it, because I like to strip down naked, jump on the table, and say blackjack, and I got carried out of the place for that.
Rombo, I got a passenger here, bro. I ain't got time for this. I'll talk to you later, Rombo. Have a good night, bud.
Night, Casey. Hey, Levi.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Levi, man, we're sitting back here. We're still going through this because, and Casey just brought up a point that we need to remember next year, and we're going to be going through this next year and every year for the next 2 or 3. We're going to have players that have worked hard to impress owners that they want to get paid. We can't get mad about that. What the 49ers need to do, and the players aren't always in the wrong. Fred Warner, also our tight end George Kittle, these guys are probably not wrong. The 49ers are also doing something too. I don't know what they're doing, but it ain't right, So I really wish that they could find a medium here and get these things done. So Debo's out. He's not coming tomorrow, which is significant because tomorrow is the first day when everybody's going to show up. Debo's not going to. We already know that. If he shows up, I'll be shocked. But Levi, what do you think of this situation? Is Debo going to be a 49er this year? What's going to happen here? We're going to get a couple of first-round picks for him like people are seemingly okay with?
I don't know, man. It's kind of a hard sell. I mean, you said, okay, Tyreek Hill, he got all those picks. So they said, oh, man, Debo is also a top player. But Tyreek Hill also got one thing that Debo don't got, and that's a ring.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Super Bowl, you can probably say Tyreek Hill basically saved Patrick Mahomes. You see that crazy marriage with Deshaun Butler, another player who left because of money. Almost got Patrick Mahomes, and then Tyreek Hill comes back and makes that curve attack, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
So Tyreek Hill got some to get them on the thing. I'm not sure we'll get as much of Deebo Samuel. Maybe we can hit up some of those.
Levi, you on speakerphone? Because you're sort of like, your sound is going up and down.
All right, let me go ahead and take this.
Oh, that's perfect right there. All right. Go ahead.
All right, is this better?
Oh, much better. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. The only person who maybe we can get Swindle Salah. I mean, he's struggling for that, so he might be desperate enough to try to overpay for Deebo Samuel.
Everybody's thinking that. Everybody's thinking Jets. Jets got to be the target.
They're probably the only one crazy enough to do it.
But
that division is rough.
Yes. And Believer, you know what? Here's the thing. When you're in that, the Jets are kind of build things there. They're not going to give up a whole lot. That's why they didn't want to get involved with the Tyreek Hill thing. They still need their picks. So I don't know, now that I think about it, if you can actually get that much from the Jets, I wonder.
But the difference between that is their head coach and their offensive coordinator knows Deebo Samuel.
I know, right?
You don't know Tyreek Hill. You don't know what he's about. You don't know if he's going to decline. Kansas City, like they just trying to get rid. You don't know if they were just trying to get rid of him early, maybe do a little Bill Belichick, get rid of him early. Because Tyreek Hill, as great and scary as he is, he doesn't always show up in every game.
Yes.
Like if you was a Kansas City man, you like some games, Tyreek Hill is like, he's not a non-factor. Sometimes it's him. Sometimes he'll hit you for a couple scary plays.
But say, Levi, here's the thing. Between Zach Wilson and Tua, who do you think would work best with Debo?
I think either one of them can use it because all you do is do what Jimmy did. He just give him the ball and let him get a whole bunch of yards.
You know what?
So I don't think Debo is like as quarterback dependent as a lot of other players. I'm curious about Devontae Adams. I think he's gonna get exposed.
I know, right? It was Baker, but you know what though? Him and what's his name? They know each other really well. They go back all the way to Fresno.
I mean, that was back in the day. Now this is y'all. They was y'all in college.
This is a different ball game now.
I know they might have looked at Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and said, "Oh man, we could be that."
You know,
and I can get away from crazy Aaron Rodgers. The crazy 49ers fans for some reason want him.
Because he's going to lose his mind every offseason and have everybody wondering what's up or what are we going to do now.
So my main thing with Deebo Samuel, besides all that, is I think he's going about it all wrong. I think the agents really got the players all got their head big on trying to be the highest paid. You know, like you say, they get a cut. So if the more money they get, the more cut they get.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes on the land, I think it can bite you in the end. Because, okay, let's say they give them that $31 million, that big oversized contract, and then they're going to try to shortchange you when it comes to guaranteed money and fully guaranteed money. And then, you know, they're going to try to convince you to do restructures to help the team out. Meanwhile, every year you probably still losing more of your guaranteed money, so they can get rid of cuts. So you know who Deebo Samuel need to look at? Not Kyler Murray, but a quarterback in Minnesota. That's the smartest quarterback in the league. He said, forget all those highest paid contracts. Just give me a fully guaranteed contract. I'm set. You can't trade me. And if you do, I'm getting all my money to where I go.
And
Deebo Samuel will need it as much as the Cousins he played.
Kirk is just, boy, that's the biggest criminal in the NFL.
But you also gotta also kind of admire what he's doing in life.
I do.
He's getting fully guaranteed. Not only he got a fully guaranteed contract. Okay, he was kind of hot then. He ain't really did much for him. I mean, he played okay. He got great numbers and everything with no real substance, no conference championship appearances or nothing. But he gets another fully guaranteed contract. This is only, like you said, I only accept fully guaranteed contract.
Hey,
I'm not gonna get all the money. I'm just gonna go fully guaranteed. Who do you think would need a fully guaranteed contract? Deebo Samuel.
This is why, Levi, this is why you and I both support Jimmy Garoppolo. This is why I laugh, because people talk about Jimmy. Meanwhile, Jimmy's going to the NFC Championship games, and whoever you want to give the response, I mean, give the credit for it, fine. But you look at Aaron Rodgers, over a decade, he gets paid. He's the highest paid player in the NFL. And he ain't getting. He'll get to the playoffs, and he's coming out. You got Kirk Cousins, the most notorious getting paid dude in the NFL, and when's the last time Kirk went to the NFC Championship game? So you know, this is the thing. Why when people start working Jimmy, I say, you know, you really need to check yourself for a minute and think about it for a moment. You know, you got this kid coming in, and you got great expectations for him. Now, if he does come in and struggle, you gonna go after him too? We don't let anything set up for 5 minutes before we start crumbling on it. You know, because the team stays together, works better together for a long time. So you know, these Kyler Murray, like you mentioned. I hope Debo's not taking after Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray's so far the line and can't be. I mean, it's just I can't even see him. He's so far away.
He did the exact same thing that Kyler Murray did. Kyler Murray scrubbed the team off his page, and then Deebo Samuel followed after. I don't know who else would have gotten it from. Now, if he would just held out and say, "I'm not going to show up," that's a normal football play. But just scrubbing the team off because you don't like them not giving you the contract money, or you don't like the offers they're giving you.
Yeah, but don't go too far.
And you know what about Deebo Samuel? You know, Deebo Samuel now reminds me of the 49ers fans. Ain't got no patience. Like everybody, you know how everybody, we won't get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo as soon as freaking possible. Just throw him off the book. Even though technically they got to week 1 to get him off the book. So they got plenty of time. They not in no hurry to get rid of him. They can try all their things they can, because they got the week 1 before any of that money is guaranteed. That money can still be used to help keep the contract, whatever.
Well, you know what though?
Baseball ain't got no patience. We all want them to we want them to be like the other teams, making deals as possible. Make us get all hyped.
Like we're playing Madden. Here's what's going on. I'm going to put this out there now because I got a feeling that's what's going on. 49ers going to see what trade looks like in OTAs at preseason. If things are not looking like Kyle Shanahan wants, Garoppolo stays. We're gonna find out though. Hopefully Trey does look good because you know what? I don't want this 2 quarterback situation going on with the fans. Not because Trey, his mind is not ready for booze. If he goes out there and he falls down, and he's going to from time to time, he's just in his first year. He's going to get all kind of flack, and it could affect him. You know, Jimmy, you can boo Jimmy all you want to. Come up to Hooters and talk bad to him. Jimmy get up, smile, and walk out and continue doing what he does.
But Jimmy's also different. Jimmy has already said he don't even pay attention to social media. I don't know about Trey Young. Trey Young might be on social media. He might hear all the criticism.
That's what you got to do.
Mental health problems. Part of the thing with Jimmy is, Jimmy don't pay attention to. Only pay attention to his teammates. And as long as he's winning, his teammates are not going to give him any slack. They're not going to look at him.
And
what does some of the teammates say? Why do you support Jimmy? Because he wins.
I know, right? You almost get every one of his teammates in fighting mode when you start talking about him. Boy, that's why I'll rep it with the players, boy. Hey, not the players, man. You and me, we be. You know what I'm saying? So, so anyway.
So I don't know what's going to happen with Trey Young. And people are acting like he's going to change the world because he has a higher upside than Jimmy. But how long is it going to take for that higher upside to come? I know how all your people are licking their chops at the NFC West, NFC because it's gotten a lot weaker. But we ain't really gotten stronger as of yet. So as much as we might look down in the Rams, that team's still probably our biggest threat in the division. We can't rule them out.
God, Levi, don't tell them that. Man, we got to go anyway.
I know.
I'll be looking for you Wednesday.
I get everybody.
They already think through all that.
They probably fall flat because nobody ain't on really repeat. So
I know, right?
They gonna probably be extra disappointing. You let that light go up so that the disappointment late in the season will be all the more high crash. Let them get all high on their horse. You know what they say? The higher your horse, the harder it is when you fall off the horse.
Levi, we really got to go though. I'll see you Wednesday, okay?
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Are we checking it? Are we checking on Naj? Hey, Naj! Naj naps off on me, Naj, pretty sure I'm gonna start thinking you one of my boys from back from Sunnydale. You know Sunnydale before they tore Sunnydale up and put some new stuff up there. You know the dudes, you sit up, talk to him, cigarette hanging off his finger. He'd be in the middle of a sentence, nod off. You sit there waiting for him to come back. Oh, those were the days. That was hilarious. I know, hey, it's not funny. You're not supposed to make amusement out of people who got a problem. Hey, Robert? I think sometimes we get people. Robert might be on the East Coast, and I think he's sawing logs. So let's see. Lullaby and good night, Robert. Fam, I'm gonna go. Let's keep it down. So, fam, anyway, let us see what develops between now and Wednesday. Hopefully, something positive comes up, and fam, don't forget to subscribe and hit them likes. And thanks for the contributions tonight. Oh, I'll see you Wednesday when nothing but good things are going to happen. Casey's going to win his bet. Robert's he's going to be all rested up. And we're just going to have a great time. Night